And we're live.
Are you sure we're live?
Yep.
Absolutely
I'm
positive.
Twitch is showing rolling pictures with the clock, so yes.
Oh man, it is that time. It's
5
time
seconds
for
behind.
your favorite rolling picture show, Linux Gamecast Weekly. Wrapping up the pre super shows and talking about some things. We went some places. We discussed things up to and including the most delicious PC peripheral.
Peripheral interface.
Hey man, listen, I don't make the rules. I don't judge.
Interreferral?
But what do we got tonight? We got a bunch of
I don't make
Steam
the
Deck
rules,
updates. That's the thing. We got to deal with it because, hey, that's the new hotness. That's what the kids want. We're going to tell you how to install SteamOS on your PS4. Fall Guys. Pedro is going to tell you why it's a big dummy game. You should never play it. And let's see what else do we
I've
got.
already played it.
Intel Arc news. Non-news, kind of, but Lupus has got a new version out that runs on your deck on top of everything else. Vegas Strike is back. They're doing a little bit of cleanup, and we're going to be exporting games as app images.
Finally.
Finally?
Yeah.
What happened? I was promised a snap.
I am looking forward to the dissection of this 3,000-page document at the end of this show, where we will hopefully discover the Mithraic secrets and build our own necromancer.
Yes.
Steven!
All right, let me see. I need to go do a social media. Peter. Let me see. Who can I steal from? Have we got a Pedro one? I can take one? Yep.
Oh, the
Speaking
speaking
of Pedro, did you download the game footage?
Yes, I did. See, I was doing...
Alternatively, Pedro, did you upload the game footage? Question second.
I know I uploaded it. I remember uploading it.
It never hurts to double check.
Man, I thought I was doing good. I was like, I got everything taken care of. I sat down like 5 minutes before we started the pre-super shows. And of course, I had that moment of like, right, because I opened up OBS and got all this stuff lined up. I'm like, I got to do the numbers and I got to do the credits. So that was that. And I forgot to get laundry detergent. That was this week's senior moment. Like,
It was eggs for me.
eggs?
Eggs.
That bugs me.
I'm glad when I'm walking back home from the office, I just text Nori, what shoppings do we need?
I have gotten to the point, I've made I understand, I accept that I will at least forget one thing. I don't make a grocery list. This is all self-inflicted. But I start getting worried when I'm unpacked everything and I'm at the house for about an hour and I'm like, damn, what was it this week? Come on, don't be something critical where you have to get back to the store. Like, right. Gotta go back to the store, gotta wash clothes. Right, we get about 3 minutes.
I'm lucky with detergent. So, girlfriend's mom works for like a fashion company,
Okay.
and they have like a laundry product. So I just get like free detergent.
I was about to ask you, is there fashion detergent?
Yeah, just like free detergent stuff. Yeah.
Tide Pods for days, baby.
Yeah.
I mean, they look more
You'll
like
never
fruit
go
roll-up
hungry
strips.
again.
Who wants Tide Pods, man? I want Tide Strips. Yeah. Like
No.
peel and lick? Or like a fruit roll-ups? Is that a thing? That's a thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Fruit roll-ups. Yeah.
I didn't get
Pedro pulls out a box of fruit roll-ups.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
No, I got the thermal grizzly thermal pad strips to basically redo the thermal pads on all the laptops. I finished the Asus triple EPCs have all been replaced.
Added.
And for the 701s, it made a significant difference because the CPU actually stays at 900 for like most of the time now. Yes.
I understand the convenience of buying that, but I found the part number at Mauser where you can just buy like sheets of the graphene for like $9.
Just cut them and...
It's like, I don't need that. I'm like,
You just
what
use
needs
like regular
cooling?
scissors for those, or
Yeah, there's just graphene.
Yeah.
That's I bought that pad.
I mean It's just graphene, but you can like weave it into like an indestructible mesh. So that depends, right? Like, and that's my question. Like, just regular scissors will work, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, it cuts real easy. You can mess it up. That's the only thing you have to be careful about. When and if I ever upgrade a Threadbooper with like a Gen 2, that's what I'm buying. And like, no, I'm not living that pace life because I have it on the Dawn the studio. And after a year with that 212 on it, pulled it off, put the water cooler on it, no problems. Done. I'm like, yep, that's how we're rolling from now on. I'm gonna live
There's got to be a better way.
That is the way, man. I never. Okay, how many times? Like, unless it's like one of your hobbies, right? How many times have you applied thermal paste in your life to a CPU?
Basically, whenever I build a computer.
Right. You can, within a small margin of error, count how many times you've done it, right? And like, how many PCs have I built? Like,
12, 13,
now you remember,
14
like,
with
just
Nori's
in case,
laptop.
in case it's your thing, Pedro's that variable. Because anybody walks into
I
Pedro's
haven't
house.
opened the PS4 to redo the paste on that one. I suppose I could.
That's what I'm saying. Somebody walks in your house, like, you're gonna absolutely say, "The fuck's with all these laptops, man? What do you do with them?"
Just Pedro in a corner,
That's the
coated in
thing.
thermal paste. You want a
We've had
netbook?
visitors over, and they don't notice it unless someone points it out. Because
They're being polite,
shelf.
Pedro. They're being polite.
Oh man, do they have like flavored thermal paste?
Pickle Jeff.
Why?
Flavored thermal paste.
Flavored thermal paste, baby.
This is brought to you by flavored Tide Pods. You know,
Okay, did I get a picture of it? I saw some flavored shit and I'm like, that's not real. Funny internet being jokes. I'm like, nope, that's real.
flavored lube.
No, dude, it was like a seriously non-consumable thing that had flavor in it. That thus the no, I didn't save a picture of it. Boo!
Boo! Booerns.
I had, remember when I was a kid, my mom bought me like the green apple chapstick. And I ate it.
And I never stopped. Thanks, Mom.
It's just like, you're not supposed to eat that, just rub it on your lips. But it tastes so good.
Yeah, so you rub it on your lips and then you lick it off and you rub some more on your lips and then you lick it off. And
Am I pretty now, mother?
Or you just bite directly onto the stick. It's like, oh, there, done.
I've never understood that. Like, definitely there was always like worries of people eating paste. Like, what? I mean, outside of like, yeah, curiosity. Like, what's this taste like when you're that age? Of course, yeah, I've been there, but
I had some dish soap for a while that smelled a little too good. And it's like, you smell like food, but I know you're not food. You're gonna taste like soap. Don't lie to me, soap.
I always assumed that was just somebody made it for the internet, but I think we might have all seen the maple syrup flavored dish soap.
No.
Or the pomegranate one.
Pomegranate I've seen.
You think maple syrup might just be too... I think that's what it was. It's like, this is dangerous. It was like next to regular syrup.
Right, it looks like a regular bottle of maple syrup, but it's just like it's like the almond milk chicken stock paradox, right? Like, which one is it?
Man. Pomegranate.
Yes, pomegranate.
It's the best pomegranate. I think I got everything together, so we can go ahead and... You get over there. More over there. Less over there. What is...
Over there.
More over there.
Other.
Did anybody see anything good for April Fool's?
First episode.
Haha.
For April Fool's? No. I'm too
I think the NZXT one was my favorite because it was ridiculous.
I don't know. I guess I'm too fucking old for it.
I didn't realize it was April Fool's until late in the evening, which I was depressed because I keep meaning to do a joke video that I've had in my head. I gotta wait another year to figure it out again.
Yeah, for me, April Fool's has become the day that the internet gets a little screwy and like all my regular websites get a little busted.
Yeah. Like I didn't notice it.
Let's trust no one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's like, if you're gonna do some like serious like bullshit.
If you're gonna crack like a 0 day or something, do it on April Fool's. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If you have like some mandated release shit that you have to legally disclose, do it on April Fool's, man. Because there was like, this is a joke. Yeah, I haven't even looked at the 1%. I've heard the 1% keyboard. I guess I need to finally look at it.
1%, so it's just a key.
The keyboard, 1% keyboard.
Oh, it's just the F key, right?
Oh, it's just the F key saying pay respects.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. You gotta have the wrist rest, otherwise not a keyboard.
Is it at least wireless?
Pick up an entire USB port for one key.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what they should have done. They should have made it Firewire. Or some other obsoleted
Parallel, man.
parallel serial.
Yeah. I mean, you
Oh,
have
it
all
has RGBs. Okay.
no parallel because you have all those pins for one fucking signal. F.
And it requires
sends-
enhanced status. Yeah, ESD mode.
Yeah, it sends F on all available channels.
All right. All right, let me check. Oh, I gotta load that. Where are the numbers? Where hide you number?
502.
Yep.
Hey, we're in that. We're still in that range of episode numbers where we're HTTP error codes.
Right. Media source. Okay, that is the media source 320.
Oh, 502. So it's the first day of a Steam sale?
It's a game. Yeah,
That's
it's a game.
what I actually got.
Our front end, our back end is overwhelmed. Our front end is still serving requests, but our back end can't fucking do shit.
You would think it would be in Steam's best interest to
Spool up a few more mirrors
Right.
for that first day.
like, you know it's coming. Maybe this is their strat. They're like, you know what? We're just gonna have more sales more often, so people don't all jump on it at one time.
Yeah.
Shit still goes down, Valve.
Yeah. It's like, why is Steam so slow? Why am I getting a 5? There's a sale on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, at least when Steam goes down, it doesn't take a chunk of the internet with it. Facebook.
Doesn't take away our ability to enter the building either.
Yeah.
Facebook.
It's been a long time since I've set up my own email server, local hosted anyway. What was I using back then? UNCUT?
Dovecot, all right, for SMTP.
Those days are gone, man. I remember having
I had to learn how to set up SendMail. And then I got introduced to Postfix, and I'm like, oh my god,
what?
this is so much
this
better.
Exists? Right. Yep.
I don't want to have to compile my config file
Yes,
SendMail.
that's
Why are you
exactly
making
what I
me
was
do
about
that?
to bring up the SendMail config bullshit. Like,
Why are you making me do this?
why was this ever designed like this? Spite?
No, so the reason is because once upon a time, email routing was the fucking Wild West, and there wasn't like a standardized fucking email format. So you needed to have SendMail be an actual mail router, able to inspect every part of the address to figure out what the fuck it's actually supposed to go to. And see, my problem was the guy who taught me how to use SendMail actually knew how to use SendMail. and didn't do super good job explaining it.
I was gonna say, man, that's like that can be a job by itself, right there.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the Sunmail guy. I actually know how this fucking.
100%.
I can read this file.
Yeah.
Basically, if I'm not here, no one gets any mail.
That is the shit's broke, don't touch.
Yeah.
All right.
Fucking Sunmail, man. we all have that PTSD of like, oh fuck.
I remember tangoing with that, and
Yeah.
again, like most people, I went through the I want to learn how to do the entire stack from home because look, I have a Linux and I can do all this stuff, and
I too had that moment in university.
yeah,
and then you realize how much fucking work it is, and you're like,
I don't want to maintain this. I just wanted to fuck around with it.
It's like, I just wanted to do it. No.
Then you realize like, oh, that's why people hire folks to manage this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Different times.
Oh, okay. All right.
Let's get underway.
Yeah. Let's fucking do it.
Sure.
It's big show.
Chonky boy.
Here's our chunky boy.
All right. And welcome back to another Linux Gamecast Weekly. The show that covers the latest Linux gaming news, reviews, how-tos, and most importantly, whatever the hell else we come up with. I'm Old Man Vin here at LGC Actual in beautiful downtown Athens, Georgia, slinging the bits in our little Linux-powered studio, driving the SS Nightmare train. That is Jordan Svang. Look at him. All the way from Canada land, where it's probably snowing less, one might hope.
It's muddy.
Muddy. It's that time of year.
It's deciding whether it's like, I'm raining. Actually, I'm snowing. Actually, I'm raining.
Fuck you, I'm snowing again. And staying up late past his bedtime, coming to us all the way from the Isles of Britannia, one Pedro Mateus, together with you, watching us live on Twitch, Chat Realm Dynamic, helping us form the wrong button. Wrong button.
Fuck you, Linus.
Wrong button. There we go. Cocaine Voltron. Professionalism, ladies and gentlemen. It took us 502 episodes to achieve this razor edge.
We're getting there.
Technology.
Yeah. Listen, our front end is fine. Our back end is overwhelmed. It's HTTP 502. See,
let's go set up some mail servers.
The prophecy.
So before we get going, we'd like to play a little catch up, possibly a little bit of mustard, and what's going on in each other's life organs. I know I had it. I had an adventure. I talked about it in depth in the pre-super shows, and go back and listen to that if you're a patron. But I had my first real boy experience because I had a piece of hardware come in for a video I'm working on, and was pretty sure it was DOA, but really wanted to test it on Windows to make sure I could confirm it. And guess what? I don't have a Windows, and my Windows tablet was like, I don't boot anymore. I'm like, fuck you. I didn't like you anyway. You know, in its defense, it was put in a box, and I haven't seen it in a couple of years. So, like, whatever. I had to make a Windows 10 USB thumb drive. And Pedro went right to it and was like, yeah, that's the one after an afternoon of trying everything else to make a...
Whoa, USB.
Whoa, USB. Are we talking about that
whoa
on Wednesday?
is me.
Yep, I'm going to be giving it a nice little golf clap and a pat on the back because like, you actually worked. But, yeah, Windows 10. I don't know how people... Maybe Windows 11 is better. I will just say this from an experience of, like, I've seen screenshots and stuff of that after it got done installing. And of course, I'm installing it on a card with, you know, a fiber optic network card in it. And Windows is like, I don't know what that is. Why? And I don't know how to get to things. Anyway, I managed to get it all set up. But yeah, no, I wouldn't. No. Why? How do you run that day in day? I'm not saying that as like Linux is better, Ivory Tower. I'm like, how would you put up with that bullshit? Like, I couldn't figure out how to get to applications. And Pedro's like, well, you type it in. I'm like, what if I don't know the name of it, Pedro?
What if you need to install a font, Pedro? What do you do then? Windows is unusable.
Dude, my adventures of getting to, because the last time I actively had to tinker with Windows, we're talking like NT 495, and I think 95 through what, like 8 kind of stayed. Like, I could, if left alone in a reasonable amount of time, get to a network manager to plug in a static IP address because this glue munching operating system couldn't manage DHCP handshake. So yeah, I finally got there. It finally kept on shouting at me. Cortana was like, fuck you, fuck you. I can tell your Linux. I finally clicked on it enough and it popped up. But I wouldn't do that to myself. More power to your brave soldiers out there running your Windows 10. Jordan, you've been too busy to run Windows 10.
I'm too busy to do most things this week. I did manage to go to Costco, and one of the things I bought there was a new shower head, because the one I have in my bathroom.
Did you get a fancy one?
Is real bad. Yeah, it's like it has like 5 or 6 like adjustable settings. The pressure is really nice. Funny story though, while we were checking out, I was with my girlfriend, and the cashier scanning the items, and my girlfriend tells me this later. She gets pulled aside by the cashier, and she gets told, "That's a very good shower head."
Little creepy,
right? Well, I now know something about this Costco employee's personal life.
I don't.
To her credit, she was right. It's a good shower head, but
she should come back in with a neck brace and like an arm sling with a recharge.
Right?
It's a really nice shower head.
little too powerful for me. Thank you.
Fucking awesome. How about you, Pedro Steam Deck boy, Mateus? Did you take a break from Elden Ring?
I did, just because I think I've now done everything that I can in one playthrough. So I've just been downloading a bunch of games, trying them, see if they work, and then, okay, that works. Go away. Downloading some more, trying them. It's surprising, like some of the games I was posting yesterday about Kingdoms of Amalur, the re-release, and Strider's like, oh, PS2 games. It's PS3, but but yeah, it on high with the high preset, 60 FPS on the Steam Deck. Oh, this is actually a very nice experience.
How long does it last?
You might
though?
Stay installed.
How long does it last? Though?
If you leave it at 60, you get like slightly under 2 hours. Yeah, but at 30, you get like 3-ish.
Yeah, I'm about to say like slightly less than 2 hours. That sounds like some margin.
Yes, you could like, easily just bring the graphics down a little bit.
Well, I saw
but yeah, no, lock it at 30 always.
That seems to be the go-to. Something that will never, ever be able to run at 30 FPS. However, is our horse.
I mean, it's like one of those like fans that matches the shutter, so you just see the horse image.
It's just
like
floating in air.
Just static floating horse at high frame rates. It's the Steam
Linux update.
So maybe this will fix your problems with battery life with Kingdoms of Amalur. Maybe.
Well, I think a bigger battery would fix those, but yeah, it is. There's a new deck client update, so if you are still running the original SteamOS image that it came with, you get this update in the stable channel. It adds the dual trackpad typing. It's very, very welcome, actually, being able to use the areolas to type like you did in the Steam controller. That's very much appreciated. They also brought the new fancy keyboard to the desktop version, which too is very appreciated because the original one didn't have any control keys or any alt keys. It still doesn't have the function keys, but yeah, for like just control and alt are very, very useful to have. Valve, thank you. This is the update that you want. If you've been tracking the beta channel, you might want to put the brakes on that and get to stable a little bit. I'll get to that in a second.
I was actually surprised that the software keyboard shipped without working with the dual areolas, because that was kind of the point. That was like the big selling point of the on-screen keyboard back on the big picture mode days when that was the new hotness. But yeah, have you Alt F4'd something with the on-screen keyboard, Pedro?
That's the thing. There's no function. There's no function keys.
Oh, when you said function key, I thought you meant like the FN key, not the.
No. The actual F1 through F12 are not there.
Boo! fix that, Valve.
What about in the latest OS beta?
Ooh, yeah, no. See, the latest OS beta. There's probably a reason that they moved the channel selection thing to at the very bottom of the system settings menu because, well, if you look at the actual list, that looks very nice. The listed improvements are awesome. It's like messaging when a charger doesn't meet the minimum requirements, uncapped frame rate if you want to completely uncap it. They added FTPM support for the BIOS.
You're sleeping on it. Windows 11 can now be installed on your Steam Deck without having to hack Windows. There's software TPM. That's what
but
everyone
more importantly
wants, right?
than that, they also added support to boot off of certain SD cards because, as a lot of people found out, if you inserted some kind of SD cards like the one I have, you would get 4 error messages when you were booting the system because the BIOS looked at the SD card and went, I don't know what that is. I'm scared. So, yeah. So I saw all the updates and I'm like, oh yeah, I want more stability. I want better idle battery life. I want all of that. 15 minutes and 2 forced shutdowns later, I was back on the stable branch because half of my games wouldn't launch.
Well, I mean, I guess we should say that. I mean, this is opt-in though, right? So
yeah,
it is.
There's someone else on Twitter who opted in. They're like, yeah, no, the idle power consumption stuff is legit. It's actually lasting a lot longer and it's not doing anything. I guess that's it can't play games and so it uses less battery.
Well, I
how that
think,
works.
Yes.
Valve, and rightly so, is doing a big focus on squeezing as much power as they can out of the Steam Deck because that's what reviewers, and I have even heard people who rely solely on reviewers for the information, and they're like, hey, the battery life on your x86 console is
handheld.
It doesn't last like a billion hours because it's portable and it's got a screen and all that fun stuff. Generally people bad at maths believe it should run 11 hours. However, when it's like 2 hours, I'm like, yeah, that checks out. Like mentally in my head,
running current gen game at high.
Yeah, they compare it to the Switch, and everyone forgets that the Switch doesn't even run at low. It runs at the setting below low. They shut off all the fucking graphics features in order to like make that package even run the game.
Well, that's the whole thing. When you make a Switch game from your PC game, you make a different game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
You make a really old Android version of your game.
When you get Witcher 3 on a Switch, everyone claps in amazement going, I don't know how you pulled it off. And then you see side by side, you're like, that's how you pulled it off.
It's 720i. Yeah. Interlacing, baby.
Next. Oh, we got a new client.
Yeah, if you're one of those pathetic non-Steam Deck owning people, you're stuck using just regular Steam on your Linux. There's a brand new client update. You can finally add non-Steam games that have spaces in them, which is nice. Spaces and file names under Linux has always kind of been a pain point. I will freely admit that. It's under Windows don't give a shit. Under Linux, you gotta like escape it. You gotta put it in quotes. Sometimes you gotta escape quotes. It's a whole fucking thing. The other thing that's kind of neat now is that updating your drivers shouldn't force a media pre-cache refresh, which should hopefully get you back into your games faster after a reboot.
Yeah, and the ability to, whenever you turn on your Steam Deck, not have it re-download all of the shaders for all of your games every single time.
That's the fun part, though. You feel like it's doing something. You go take a break.
Yeah, because you turn it on and the fan just cranks all the way up because the CPU is taking a hit. It's like, all right. Okay.
They're also working on some issues with like Steam cloud saves, like going in between Windows and the Proton versions and the Linux versions. So it's good. It's good to see they're really putting in a lot of work into cloud saves to make it a more advanced feature, and I appreciate it. Right, like it's nice to just have your fucking game saves wherever you go. Developers who don't.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And Pedro, if you've ever run into an issue with your Steam Deck and the fan noise, just put a pillow over it.
Just put a pillow over your face for like 70 to 80 minutes and yeah, you'll be fine.
Actually, one thing that I tried was the those in-ear KZ earbuds. Plugged those into the deck, shoved them all the way in. It's like, I can't actually hear the fan even if I'm not listening to anything. Okay, so I guess the fan is not that loud. All right, cool.
Well, one thing you might not have to worry about is plugins. I'm kidding. Now you got to worry about them. There's a plugin manager
Yeah.
for Steam OS, and guess what? It comes with music and cheat-ins. These are just 2 buttons. Speaking
Fucking
of somebody,
cheaters, Linux
charge
users.
your deck, son. Look at that. That is
Oh man, fucking charge your battery. Jesus Christ, right? That stresses me out.
Pedro.
It is plugged in. I'll give him that. It is plugged in.
Still,
He's a
Pedro.
little-
How many nanoseconds of power is that? Like, have you let yours run that low? Have you even seen it?
I mean, if
yet?
you're just sitting in the UI, that's like an hour.
Maybe an hour. I don't know. Maybe,
But only at
okay.
15 frames a second.
So what is it? You never heard of it. It's a custom plugin manager injector for the Steam Deck, and it's doing it kind of in a clever way, right, Pedro?
Yeah, it's using because the Steam UI for the most part is the Chromium embedded framework. So it's using a lot of CEF injection to allow you to add extra buttons to your Steam Deck. You need to enable developer mode, obviously. And they do say, it's like, okay, this plugging this into any machine while developer mode is enabled is a security risk, but only in the sense that you have to have the physical device plugged in anyway. And if that is already the case, then there's bigger concerns that you need to be worried about. But this opens up a lot of possibilities. Using the cheat engine, just labeling that button cheat engine is like, did you have to do that?
You're right,
But-
Pedro. 100% right. That should be called my training engine.
That should be called getgood.jpg.
Yes, win for me. Button. But it is.
Oh no,
yeah,
that'd be
no,
brilliant.
This
You hit that, it just launches GameFAQs.
No.
This, admittedly, it does a very good job. People look at that, it's like, wait, so you could just run cheat engine from the overlay on the Steam Deck? Yeah, it opens that kind of power. So I really
And
hope
that's
someone
why
gets
Fortnite
one
is
going.
never coming to SteamOS.
No, that's because of the custom kernels, Jordan. Like do something like this, but for Discord or like some picture-in-picture stuff with the tubes, Twitch, Netflix. That could be very, very helpful. Very, very useful.
That's not going to be helpful for your battery, though. That's for sure. It's
No.
going to be.
Man, that's all well and good, but what if you wanted your Steam Deck to overpower the Australian army?
Well, then I got the software for you. It is a chassis to convert your Steam Deck into a fully functioning battle emu. No, it's just a way to get emulators installed onto your Steam Deck. It's manual, to say the least.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to for every emulator you want to use, you got to at least launch it once. It downloads everything in app image format, so you got to initialize it before the software can.
Okay.
Yeah, 7 like I said, it's pretty manual. It's nothing too crazy, but again, it's a lot of work to get a bunch of extra emulators running on your deck, not through RetroArch. If you are ideologically opposed to RetroArch for any number of reasons that apparently some people have talked about on our Discord, which you should join.
Aha.
Something to us on
Marcus.
Twitch, twitch.tv/Linux Gamecast, patreon.com/Linux Gamecast. I'm running a business. Yeah.
Technically, yes. But yeah, no, the
Words.
the
Brain.
yes, I was trying to like the procedure, the clusterfuck of actually going through all of that install script. It deterred me. I don't play emulator games all that much, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna set that up on the deck. And I looked up the install steps. Like, I'm not going to set that up on the deck. I'm just gonna use RetroArch.
You fucked up. If this would have been 6 easy steps, it would have like went in the threshold for Pedro's fucking meter, like his laziness.
Yes.
And like 7, he's like, oh.
Yeah, but I mean,
look, I could just use RetroArch for the ones that I do play. So yeah, it's fine.
the advantage is if like you're it gives you some like better integration, takes care of some shortcut generation stuff. But
and being able to launch the games directly from the Steam UI instead of having to go into RetroArch,
I think it's a neat project.
Load it.
Yeah. It's pretty,
there's
yeah,
indeed.
However, it might be just a wee eclipsed by your next story.
A little
Is
bit.
Pedro gonna
I saw
finally
this
turn
one
on his
show up on
PlayStation?
Twitter.
Man, you know what? This could have
Almost.
like one easy step and a like pirouette, but Pedro like couldn't be asked.
No.
I already installed Linux on that PS4 once. I know how it's done. And this very much follows along the same lines. And I had to double check the date that the thing was posted on. It's like, is this an April Fool's thing? No, it wasn't. So yeah, SteamOS, basically it's the deck image with all of the deck stuff removed on a PS4. That's insane. But kudos. The Guardian, as the author's name appears to be, for wololo.net, they describe everything you can do. There's some known issues. If you have a DualShock 4, because it's a PS4, obviously, you're probably expecting the trackpad to be a trackpad, but if you've used Linux in the past, you know that that's a touchpad, a mouse, effectively. So yeah, the Steam Deck UI sometimes doesn't open, so you need to kill it and start it again. Sometimes you just run into a black screen, so you shift the TTYs and you'll eventually land on the right one. But yeah, the install procedure is very much like doing any of the other Linuxes. You just put the payload on a USB drive and then go to a certain website. It loads the payload, it jailbreaks it, and then you can just get your Linux on an external SSD.
So,
highly recommended.
I gotta say, like, the Xenoverse 2 footage really impresses me. Because A, that's a UE4 game. B, that's a Japanese UE4 game. C, that was not even optimized for the platforms it was launched on. So the fact that on Medium it can get 60 on a PS4, it's pretty fucking good. Pretty fucking good.
All of this is very exciting. We were talking about it again in the Pre-Pre Super Shows. And this current generation of last year's console are all x86 based. So I think the runway and the longevity of these things, the more they get hacked and cracked, is just going to be crazy because they are general compute.
Yeah. They're very good of the Kabini Kaveri series APUs, but the GPU is still pretty good. It runs Vulkan, which is the important bit. Mm-hmm. And you have 8 cores, not very powerful cores, but still 8 cores. So yeah.
I mean, hey, if you have a spare PS4 lying around, you can maybe do something with it instead of playing Bloodborne.
You're not going to play Bloodborne on a PS4. That's crazy talk.
Crazy talk. Well, let's talk about Little Green Army Men.
Man, you might want to step back and relax because we're talking about hypercharged, not regular hypercharged. Nay, this is hypercharged, unboxed, $15.99, on sale, 20% off, and they got a bit of an announcement. Hey, we're coming to Linux, native Linux support. And they're using this, strangely, as a selling point, which I never thought I'd see this fuck Mothering Day show up, but strange times these indeed. And the developers sent us gang of keys, so we got an extra key. It is Unreal
Engine. Could have had several extra keys.
Could have had, but I did the right thing. I did the right thing. And I'm like, we already got keys, man. Like, we don't need extra bonus keys. If you want to send them, we'll give them out. We'll do some type of giveaway. But yeah, that's what really struck me. So let's take a look at the game itself. This is... Okay, here's what it really reminds... Oh, he's playing on the deck. Look at this.
Oh, shit.
Look at that.
Hey.
Oh, shit.
Steam
Running on the deck, son. You're getting creeped on.
Linux.
So I immediately think of the old Unreal type thing, where you're a little guy playing in a regular environment, and that was one of the levels. And the Mean Greens was an entire game, but there used to be that toy, bathroom level in Unreal Tournament.
Oh yeah.
And all of the big map levels for Counter-Strike too, yeah.
This thing looks the business. You can shoot turtles on top of cars. It's a little bit of tower defense, a little bit of building, of course, straight up shooty, pew-pew, customizable characters, and...
Rip off of Fortnite UI, yeah.
Yeah, it looks very Fortnite-y, but then again, Unreal Engine.
Right. I mean, it is Unreal Engine, man. There is a free demo if you want to go ahead and play around with it. And let's see, DLC, what is it? Soundtrack supporter pack? All right.
Yeah, it's the soundtrack and some cosmetics.
Let's see, what does it require? I put it on the Threadripper 1920X with a 2060 1080p, man. This thing was screaming with everything cut up to 11. So, and again, it runs on the deck, so why not?
Yeah, on the 3900X, it was getting 200 frames a second at 1080p with everything cranked up. Yeah, it's pretty well optimized.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's good to see that developers are like, oh, hey, Steam Deck, maybe we want to make an optimized build for it. Hopefully it's contagious.
Yeah.
I would like to see other developers take the hint. This is kind of like the big hope. And we're seeing some baby steps, but we got to see some bigger ones from some bigger boys.
And big kudos to Twitter person for sending us the extra key. So there'll be an away of give at some point, maybe.
How badly do you want it, Pedro?
Couple of other things. Speaking of new games, Void Marauders.
Yeah, no relation to Void Bastards, which I was a little confused with. But it's in early access. You can pick it up for about $12, which is very, very reasonable for Steam Early Access. But it's Space XCOM. Space Pirate XCOM. You got your tactical grid combat. One thing that's kind of interesting, apparently they're implementing like a bit of a nemesis system a la Shadow of Mordor. So if you like let dudes survive or if you do well, there'll be like a reputation thing. You can see from the if you're watching the video version, this is basically just XCOM. They're ripping off the XCOM UI pretty directly. But and look at that XCOM attack roll odds. Yeah, 80% miss, 99% miss. Yeah, so if you're looking for some more tactics stuff in space, I would give this a look. It's in early access though, so it may change.
But you can loot and pillage across the stars. It looks good.
Do the stars know you're doing that?
I don't know, man. For $10.79, I mean, look, if you like this type of game, you might want to play around with it. How's the single player only?
Yeah, I mean, this is good for like lonely fun. You and I played XCOM against each other the one time.
Yeah, we tried.
Yeah.
Didn't we get like stuck in a wall or something?
No, it just took forever for the turns to swap.
Oh, that was it. Okay. Additional notes, product and development specs could vary slightly. You don't need much to run this. A 1 gig DX11 with what? PS 3.0 for support? What the fuck's that?
PlayStation 3 support, obviously. You need to have a PlayStation 3 plugged into
shader
your computer.
3.0. I don't know what the P is, but pixel shader?
Pixel shader, maybe? I don't know, man. I don't know what the kids use for their street slang these days. I'm more chilled out, man. I prefer a puzzle game.
Yeah, so maybe you want to check out Pusheep. Again, nothing to do with Pusheen. Again, very, very, very confusing. Lots of names that sound like other things that are different things. But yeah, it is based on what this looks like. It is Steven's Sheep Yeet. You are a sheep and you gotta eat the other sheep. I'm a ram, jackass. Yeah, you gotta headbutt sheep off the platform, and you gotta do it in grid manner. Yeah, it looks fun enough. It has a free demo, and again, it's Sheepoban.
Yeah, it's that block pushing puzzle for when you have the ice that you just start going in one direction and you only stop if you hit something. Someone looked at that and went, let's just make a whole game out of it.
All right.
Yeah. No, I'm 100% down with this, man, because, I'm definitely getting some, like, Steven sausage roll vibes from this, like, sweet, delicious, sheep-flavored sausage vibes.
Oh, yeah, it's like, this game looks like it's going to be fucking easy for babies, and then you hit that second puzzle, you're like,
right.
Fuck.
You get to level 5 and you go, where's the skip button?
Look at this, gentlemen. This is what we're seeing more and more of, and I always want to applaud it. Demos. Let's bring back demos. Let people try before they buy. So what are we looking at? $8.99. Do we have any crazy moon glyphs for the requirements? No.
960 or better. This is reasonable. 500 series minimum. That's good.
I think we'd jam on that. So let's see, what do we have? Oh, game updates. Up next, ladies and gentlemen.
The big one.
Fall Guys has been demoted to bronze. But this game was hyper popular on Twitch for about 30 minutes, then everyone forgot about it. But someone has
Among Us came out afterwards.
Then everyone forgot about that. Andrade has managed to get up and working.
Andrade.
With some file manipulation. And really all you got to do is there's an easy anti-cheat.so in there. You got to move it from one folder, pop it in another, and edit the game INI. Then you can start it up and have my experience, which is just a blank loading screen, and it spins. It's pretty fucking awesome. I thought there was more to the game than that, but You know, I went through all the hoops, and there's even a bash script that will get you to that point, and you got to run Proton Super Extra Experimental, which means you got to go into the experimental branch of the experimental branch Proton. But I did not receive any bacon. I tried it. I quit dicking around with it when I realized it was like 24 minutes. How many of you have had this experience? You got like 40, 50, 60 minutes in a game, and you never played it. You're just trying to get it up and running. Trying to make it a good thing. Now, Pedro, you hate it. You're never going to play it. And I don't know. That's the thing.
I've already played it before it had EAC. But no, I went through the rigmarole that Andrade there is describing. And it got to the screens like, oh, you have to either sign into your Epic account or create one and tie it in with your Linux, with your Steam account. Nope. I deliberately deleted my Epic account because I do not agree with what Timmy is doing, and just Epic in general just reeks of scum. So, yeah, no.
Reeks of scum or the other thing?
Scum.
Yeah,
I will not make assumptions as to what they're covering themselves in.
I don't know. I mean, like I understand you got a hate boner for Epic, but I don't have an issue having an Epic account. I know Jordan feels the same. Like, free games? Yeah, sometimes I remember to go yoink those. Because, that's no different than the Bethesda, EA, Ubi, or Square Enix games. Companies that have done infinitely more dodgier shit a lot longer. Like, Epic's like a little child with a baby bottle compared to some of these guys. I don't have problem.
Of the ones you listed, I only have a Bethesda account, and that was before they even had the Bethesda Net launcher. It was for Online.
I mean, do you?
I only have a Bethesda account for.
What are you,
for
like
Wolfenstein.
An account login hipster? Like, oh my god, what again? So yeah, I mean, we definitely have the Bethesda accounts because we had to play the Wolfenstein, and we had to. Yeah, it's never a good experience. Nobody ever wants to sign up and set up that extra account. I ran into that with a game a couple of days ago. It might have been Square Enix. Like, what? I didn't even know you guys had accounts, motherfuckers. I don't care what operating system you're on. That's always a bad thing. Now, one good thing about the Steam Deck is getting rid of that fucking game launcher type bullshit, which I think is going to cut down on, I launched the game. I need to go sign up for a thing. That's going to be a hard note for a lot of people on portable. They're like, fuck this.
There's probably going to be a lot more like integration screens like, here, click this to link your account. I don't know. Based on what is going on with Fall Guys, it looks like they added the thing to the depot, didn't actually set it up right or test it. And yeah, some people are like, hey, we noticed the change. Oh, we can get the game to launch. I say wait for the official announcement because we've seen like, what was the other game? Not Vermintide, the other EAC game that
Apex.
I think it was Apex where people managed to get in, but it was the official Proton release that actually like turned that on globally.
You just gotta wait around for it. I mean, this is something again we were discussing before in the pre Super Chosen. Is I know a lot of these developers are probably not accustomed to having people crawl through their repos on Steam.
Yeah, and
welcome to Linux. Yeah, that's going to happen. I mean, they have encrypted repos, so I understand that people behind Fall Guys know how to do this. Maybe if you don't, but for all we know, because let's talk about both sides, they could have done an easy anti-cheat, played around with it, set it up, and went, nah, we don't want to fuck with this.
I mean, shit also gets pushed to the main branch all the time because people don't actually like look at their release contents when they do like Git branches.
That has happened. Yeah.
Well, what they need to do is look at their new Ultra Deluxe release dates.
Oh man, yeah, Ultra Deluxe Edition. Now that I think enough time has organically passed where people have legitimately gotten the Go Outside achievement, the updates for Stanley Parable can finally start.
Me and Ryan both did. We waited.
Yeah.
Fucking calendar cheating bitches.
Indeed. So updated version is coming out. There's going to be a bunch of new content, new challenges, new possibilities for you to fuck around and get fucked with. And apparently we're going to be getting weekly updates as this gets closer and closer to release. So yeah, it's good to see.
Pedro, what is Stanley Parable? I've never heard of it.
It is, well, like the comment at the start of that video was saying, to describe it would be to spoil it, but it is very much a walking simulator with a very, very interesting narrative that you will probably want to play more than once to actually see just how unhinged it can get.
Whatever, Pedro. I speedran this game in like 7 minutes.
Yes, you can do that. That's just follow what the narrator's saying, basically.
Or don't. Walking simulator is a bit of a misnomer because it implies a lack of interactivity that this game actually does have.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of interactivity, but it not in the traditional sense. Well, not just in the traditional sense either. It's a very different game.
It's a game that does a very good job of rewarding the fuck around and find out mentality.
Yes.
Yes.
It is a game that fucks with you and is expecting you to try to fuck back with it. And
100%.
That is the actual sport of the game, not the gameplay itself.
So yeah, and this is going to be rolling out not just to Steam but to consoles and everybody else, right?
Yeah.
Yep. They're coming for the Switch, the PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and the X Series. So it's very nice to see like the console versions actually bringing new stuff to the PC version. It's usually the other way around. Either we get a shitty console port, or it's the PC version with the mods and everything that actually entices the developers to improve their console versions.
Now, one last little bit before we get out of here is if you're a certain age, there was some OG edgelording going on back in the gaming industry way back when, in the 90s. And a lot of those cats were at running with scissors. You remember Postal? Postal had people upset when that game came out, especially like Postal 2. There were protests about the game, which made it into a game.
Jack Thompson, the lawyer that all the gamers love to hate, he came out because he got really, really big because of Postal. Yeah.
Well, there's Postal 4, which I think like a lot of you at home went, there was a Postal 3. Okay.
I believe you. I've never
a little
seen
bit of a trailer. It looks like they're kind of sticking with that same old engine. But hey, man, good on you. And Postal 4 is leaving early access on 4/20. YOLO swag for Jesus, baby. To which GTux TV writes, will it come to Linux after early access? Linux, Postal and Linux, they've gotten together. So Running with Scissors writes in, this is why we're bringing it up. It's possible, since WED like to get a native Linux build for Steam Deck. So, right? I just like,
I gotta
be nice.
So it begins, gentlemen. But maybe, I've talked about this and I'm not alone. The domino effect of rolling on, somebody's got to get started with this. And, it all depends on how successful the deck ends up being. It absolutely does when we see some real numbers, because I know a lot of people are like, we'll just wait and see. It could be a fad. But there is a timeline that does exist, and it could be the one that we're currently in. It's just down the road a little bit. A timeline where developers will be doing legitimate, like, deck builds. Like, yes, we need to squeeze out the extra performance like this. And they're like, do we want to effectively remake the entire fuck mothering game, put it on Switch, and hopefully get some traction? Or do we need to do, in some cases, like tap that export button, fam, and put it on the Steam Deck?
I do have to ask, though, if Postal 4 is coming out on the deck, we should know ahead of time how urine resistant the deck is, because that is a thing that happens in Postal. We got to make sure that if you spray it a little, it doesn't short out. Pedro, can you comment?
Yes.
No.
Oh, that's a damn
I have
shame.
taken it to the bathroom, but I haven't pissed on it yet.
I went back and played a little bit of like...
If, not when.
Right? When was it? Postal 2. Like, man, if you want like the pinnacle of edgelordiness, OG edgelord shit, like it's there, man. It's got its charm.
It's got the pissing button.
Right.
Using cats as a silencer.
Yeah, there's that too.
Yeah. Indeed. Well, coming up next, we're talking about our new favorite laptops that are coming out. And Lutris gets a new release.
Ooh.
And some bad press.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're playing the home game, you see somebody or somebody's bang suggesting things during the show into chat, and you're like, what's that all about? Does that go anywhere? Nope, not at all. No, I'm just kidding. It goes to our showbot over at vote.linuxgamecast.com, where you can vote on show titles. And we usually pick one of the top 5. So if you don't feel like suggesting anything, it's just stupid shit we say during the segments. And yeah, if you catch something, a good pun, we always like a good pun. Maybe you want to vote up like something like 720i. And reeks of scum. All right, let's kick over to intermission.
Everything is heavily pirated via... I know it's Where's, but Juarez.
Whatever, I was reading analytics that video game software piracy's been non-existent in my life, and that's not a humble brag. That's just like a cruel reality. It's like, well, gotta go play some more Quake. I was excited. I was ecstatic. I was vibrating with glee when, Loki came about. Like this whole gaming resurgence, Linux is... I've been through this before. I watched it. Let's not let that happen again.
I was very, very happy when I found out let's play with Linux. Oh, I now have Linux actually working. And the FGLRX ATI graphics drivers installed for my laptop. Let's see what games there are. Oh, Neverwinter Nights is on Linux. Wait, what?
Since forever, man. That was that. Okay, as desperate as I was for games back then, I had standards. I couldn't do the Neverwinter Nights. Like, it's entertaining in the same way I could watch Jordan and Pedro play it, but I would not derive any joy physically being there playing it.
Yeah, it's like the Dark Souls thing. Sometimes it's more fun to watch someone who's actually good at the thing and has taken the time to master the skill.
Someone who
rather
gets
than slam your head against it and it's just not your jam. It's absolutely a thing.
Yeah, that's real. I mean, I think we should start a site that allows people. Wait, damn it. Yeah.
Pickle Jeff, yes, you can play Carmageddon. The first, the second, TDR 2000, and honestly, I don't think the new ones work.
I think Max Damage does launch.
I haven't tried. I'm still bitter about it.
Oh, I'm still bitter.
Sorry.
You know what? I don't care anymore. Listen, I've memorized everybody who was part of that studio at that time. So,
their home addresses, their social insurance numbers.
No.
Yeah, no. Stainless, whenever I see the stainless thing on a game, it's like, and we're skipping next one.
Stainless taught investors a very, very important lesson. Don't give them fucking money. And say, oh, yeah, we get this because they took a chunk of fucking change and went, let's make our own engine.
Mm-hmm. Baldur's Gate 1. Yes, I liked Baldur's Gate 1. I honestly can't go back to play it. Because I liked Neverwinter Nights so much that that's just what my brain defaults to. And when I go back to Baldur's Gate, it's like everything is a little too obtuse.
Yeah, AD&D was its own beastie.
Yeah.
And it's not actually fucking knowing the AD&D rules helps you much in Baldur's Gate either, so...
Yeah, no. It wasn't 8 CDs, it was 4. I know, I had them.
plus the 2 expansions, which each came on
Oh,
a
yeah,
CD.
okay, 6. Yes.
Yeah.
There was also 4 CDs for Neverwinter Nights. And then plus the 2 CDs for Shadows of Adrentide and
Did you have to
got
install
Platinum Edition,
them,
which was
or
all
could
on
you run them
one
off the
disc.
CD?
You could install them.
No, did you have to?
You could run them off the CD. Yeah,
Thank you. That's what I asked.
you could do the minimal install.
My brain reeled from having to remember swapping CDs. Please insert disc 3. I'm like, oh right, that
Final
was the
Fantasy
thing.
VIII on PC, I played a lot of that game and it's like, no, insert disc 4.
Well, okay. There were several games that did not install the CD media.
The media files,
you had to have the disc in order to play them, and that
The first Diablo.
for a long time was like just a death nail if you were playing something on the rewind. Because like, oh, I got to do this swap. Well, fuck, I'm not even going to try. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't.
Also played Planescape Torment, yes?
Planescape Torment, very good.
Yeah, 3.5. Y'all motherfuckers remembering having to mount floppies?
No, I was on Windows.
Oh. Old school, man. Like CDs, floppies had to be manually mounted. Like,
Yep. No auto mount under Linux.
didn't exist, baby.
Yeah, that is a very nice box set. Now, I was very happy to find that for like £10 on eBay. It's like, oh, it has all of the manuals, all of the discs, and it's in very good conditions.
Foxy was like pinging me earlier. It's like, oh, Jordan, all the gold box games are on Steam. You should go buy them. Like, are you trying to tell me something, Mr. Fox Dog? No. Okay.
Gold box games?
Yeah, the old AD&D DOS games. They were all built on like the same engine and and the gold box engine. Yeah.
Can't you just play those in a browser though?
You can, yes, absolutely. I mean, these days, if it was like Windows 95 and under, you can basically just play it in a browser.
Yeah, I mean, we've played. Well, I had a plug-in, but I mean, like WebGL shit is like blows me away that what they can get away with now.
Doom runs on Grafana now, so
right?
Yes.
It's like fucking what, and it does what? Huh.
Yeah, like it's a little stupid now. Where it was like, yeah, we got Doom running in Minecraft. Yeah, we got Doom running in. We made Minecraft in Minecraft, and we got Doom running in it. So.
As oxygen prevails our atmosphere, so should Doom. All right, let me get a drink, and we'll come back in, and we'll knock out a news segment.
Yeah.
I would love to like go back to fucking von Neumann's time and like he wrote a mathematical definition of what like a computer a programmable circuit should be. And I'm like, and he's like, this is what a computer is, and I'm like, no, computers can play this piece of software, and you just put Doom in front of him, and he's just like, what? my mathematical rigor, yeah, but Doom.
Yeah. And Basil, thank you very much. 27-month resub. That's crazy. Thank you.
That's 2 years and a bit.
Yeah.
Still don't know how to pronounce his name.
I mean, he wants Basil because, you know, UK. Basil, not so much.
So, I know a guy whose name is spelt Basil, but it's actually it's pronounced Vasily.
Russian?
Yeah.
Yeah. Basil is a carcinoma.
you got the treble and the basal.
The basal area.
Yeah, the flared basal.
I don't remember
Basploitation.
Looking at the
Austin
I
Powers.
don't even remember the name of the movie.
Austin Powers.
Austin Powers, thank you. I don't remember that particular scene.
Oh man, that was funny in a meeting the other day. Someone was like, "Just the two of us is a Will Smith song, right?" No, it's a Dr. Evil song. What are you talking about?
Good music video.
Yeah.
Oh,
Poor Bill Withers. So many iconic songs.
All right. Yeah, we're good to go.
I mean, yeah, we all got a reminder when Blue Ocean or whatever launched that rocket that looks like the Dr. Evil penis.
Oh, Amazon.
Or
yeah.
Blue Origin, yeah. Blue Origin.
Blue
yeah.
Organ? Yeah.
In my brain, somehow I combined Blue Origin and Digital Ocean. I think that's what happened. I'm like, cloud provider, Amazon, something blue, water's blue. That there we go.
Yeah.
You got to look at it though, man. At some point, like Bezos or somebody's like, make it look like a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It needs to look like my silhouette.
It needs to bulge out a little bit.
Well, you see, that's the whole thing, and I'm sure some
like a bit of
engineers
an
like, this
eggplant.
is bullshit, and you think that's crazy, but one of the reasons is like Starship. Like, Elon came in, he's like, I know this is some bullshit, but it needs to be more pointy to look more futuristic. He was like, yeah, that's something I told him. All right, everyone. I gotta load up all the pages for the plug stuff.
And you gotta come up with some stuff for Njun and Hakim, Pedro. Start thinking.
I don't know anything about these people.
That's
It's
the
almost
point,
like it's a
Pedro.
comedy bit based on that, now isn't it? Almost, if you squint.
Well, then the secondary joke is that you're very bad at it. So think of something real awful.
Yes.
You gotta realize, Jordan, Pedro's brain immediately goes, how can I get out of this mode? That's step one.
Yes. It's like, I don't want to do this. What is the nope button?
It was like, okay, for me, it's like, okay, do I really need to make a jackass out of myself? Fine. All right, let's.
All right. Yeah. Locked and loaded. New Z bits. Coming to you in 3, 2.
There's going to be news, or so I'm told. I'm not entirely sure what to believe anymore. But we do
Believe in nothing.
Believe
yes.
in love.
That's a good way to go about life in general.
Everlasting.
Yes, listen to the darkness. It's actually not bad. Yeah.
Shut up, darkness.
we're
But yeah.
Quit imprisoning me.
Listen. We gotta stop. If you want to help us actually afford the rights to some of these songs that we're quoting, head on over to patreon.com/Linux Gamecast. Please, Metallica, don't sue us. Lars, I love you, I swear.
Far back.
Yeah, patreon.com/Linux Gamecast. You get some cool stuff by signing up. You can get access to our Discord channel, which you can also get by subbing to us on Twitch, twitch.tv/Linux Gamecast. We got all sorts of neat stuff behind our Patreon paywall of doom.
Yeah,
like
baby.
pre super shows, and we got the access to the show notes.
We got
early access to the interfacing Linux stuff that Ben puts out.
Statement.
You can RSVP to the game streams that we're on. Ben does Trackmania. I do board games sometimes on Thursdays. Lots of fun stuff. Try and then a 45-minute deployment takes until about 11:30 at night, and it's like, well, shit.
Oh no, I was able to join in that fantasy board game with the tanks. That was pretty dope.
Yeah. Sometimes it's a game to play when you're bored. But yeah, we got some Patreons we gotta thank this week. We gotta thank Anjun Hakim, who Pedro needs to come up with some new spicy, sexy facts about.
See, N June clearly cannot spell because it's not N June, it's A June. It starts with a consonant.
That's just somebody's name, man.
Not anymore.
Junie?
Matt Eos. Matt Eos.
Piotr Mitchus.
But yes. The Hakim. Hakim, for some reason, that name really reminds me of Joaquin. And there's this really famous, ish Hollywood actor, which is Portuguese, first name Joaquin, which you may know as the one who played Antonio Banderas' brother.
Yeah, but I thought you were going to play Antonio Banderas.
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to stop you right there. Nobody knows who the fuck that is. We got a store at linkgamecast.com.
Hang on, man. Shut the fuck up. I also want to thank Basil for the resub.
Oh, yeah, Basil.
And Zeno. Zeno increased the pledge.
Zeno upped. Thank you very much.
Yeah, he's chasing that tortoise with Achilles, man. Yeah. Store.linuxgamecast.com. Buy yourself some shirt. Buy your tortoise a shirt if you can catch them, but you can only go as far as they've gone the last time since they've moved. It's a whole fucking ordeal. You can maybe get some coffee cups to quench your thirst. Some insert Sisyphus joke here. Some stickers. I'm running out of Greek mythology stuff to reference. But it's good stuff, good quality stuff. The coffee mugs are great. The shirts are actually like decent quality.
Don't try to wear one of the coffee mugs. I mean,
you can try.
You can try.
If you fits, you sits. That's the general rule of the internet.
Send us a picture.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And of course, finally, we got the wish zones. If you go to Patreon, or not Patreon, just go to linuxgamecast.com. Go to patreon.com
you
again and sign up with a different credit card.
With 2 Patreon accounts. I see what
right, yeah. Head on over to linuxgamecast.com, put your mouse over the support button. I got a wish zone, Ven has a wish zone, Jill has a wish zone, Pedro has a wish zone. If you buy Ven some stuff, you get your shiny name on the wall behind him. We're running low on space. There is hot real estate waiting for you with sexy singles.
I gotta spend half a day jerking off those fucking chalk markers, man. I mean,
right?
it's a ceremony.
Have they all dried out yet? Do you need to buy a new pack?
No, they don't. Here's the thing with chalk markers. The funniest thing I read. Thanks again, Mike. Mike was the one who picked up the sport. But all the reviews are like, all the markers are dried out. They're bad. I'm like, they're chalk markers. You gotta jerk them off for 15 minutes, put them upside down, then tap them a couple of times. Then they work. That's how they function, because you can just wipe all that off.
No, you just take the cap off, a cloud of just chalk powder comes out, you go,
So wait. Have you sniffed the chalk markers then? What do they smell
No, man, but I've cleaned that shit off various things. It's too much chalk. It's too powerful.
Oh, man.
Powerful. But thanks for letting us do this. You're awesome. It is pretty interesting times to be doing a Linux gaming show. That's for sure.
Yes, there's actually stuff to talk about, like Intel GPUs and how we're not getting them anytime soon.
Here's our first look at Intel's Arc A series desktop GPU coming this summer. Intel shows off desktop Arc with a limited that thing we talked about.
They
last
show you
week.
a render.
That thing we talked about last week. Here it is in all 50 seconds of whooshy 3D rendered bullshit glory.
Jerking you off. Yeah.
Yep. So here's what we do know. Intel has confirmed that a limited edition Arc GPU will be coming this summer. Allegedly, GPU prices, I fear, will have normalized by then. So, I mean, it's dual axial. Dual axial, so they're not doing anything earth-shattering. They didn't drill holes through it. There's not a spoiler on it, but it says Intel, it says Arc, and I don't see where you plug a power cord into that, so I have questions on that. But yeah, I mean, it's like standard. Looks like there's only so many ways you can make a video card look like a video card, and that's definitely one of the ways. But here's what I worry about, because we've already seen, I was taking a look. I always check it on my wish list. I use the wish list for stuff we get in the studio, but I also use it for price tracking, because Amazon tells you what something originally cost. And Jordan, you were looking at the 3070s are starting to come a little bit out.
3060 Ti's.
Okay.
not even 3070s. $748 Canadian.
They've exited the exosphere and they're kind of scraping into the stratosphere. And the 3060 is getting real close to $400, which is still $40 more than the MSRP. But stock is no longer an issue right now. This is something a lot of people are not pointing out. If you want to pay that bullshit iron overpriced You can. I mean, you can pretty much go anywhere online. Like if I wanted a 3060, I could buy it, 3070, 3060 Ti. They're available, just more than what most people want to pay for them. This is what I'm thinking about though, man. Because that means, because I've said multiple times, like all Intel had to do was compete on stock, having something in stock that people could just go buy in a store, be it online or in meat space. That's not the problem anymore. That's out of the equation. Something tells me that Intel really wanted to get these out earlier when, like, fuck, I can't buy anything. It's like, hey, look, we have a thing. This is not the case anymore. Which means, ladies and gentlemen, the ARC is going to have to compete on price and performance. I don't know if that's where Intel really wanted this product to land, especially their first time out of the gate with something like this. However, I'm still waiting. I'm waiting, but there's only one reason. And it's not because Intel has bothered to do us the service of saying, this is how much this thing's going to cost and this is when it's going to release. So I can actually dial something in. Because I'm kind of that market. I'm not going to overpay for something. I can patient. I can wait. But they did mention the one thing that made me think maybe I'm going to wait regardless is it's going to have AV1 encoding, hardware encoding built into the card. Now, if you're a streamer or if you do media production, that got your attention, didn't it? Because it does. Now, AV1 for everyone else, you're talking about like you have HEVC, H.265. It's a thing pretty much every video card, modern video card has, but you can't use it with OBS or anything like that because of licensing issues and nobody wants to touch it. That's why we're streaming with NVENCODE X264 because that's not patent encumbered. However, AV1 is like the open source version, HEVC, and price performance when you're talking about what it can deliver with the pixel organs into your eye holes at the bandwidth, it's right up there with HEVC. And this is going to be the first card to have hardware encoding support. And they came out and said, hey, somebody's got to start this ball rolling, which they do. So you might have my attention on that. Plus for like deliverables and DaVinci Resolve or your YouTube videos, you're uploading stuff, AV1, much smaller file size, but it took forever to encode on your CPU. So having that acceleration is kind of interesting. Gentlemen, what are your thoughts on this? Because I think all three of us are absolutely in the market for a new GPU, so saith for the past 2 years.
Indeed. Yeah. I don't like, I sat through their entire marketing spiel and it's all very well and good marketing spiel. I noticed they're very, very careful with the language that they use in terms of comparing performance to traditional compute units and without AI assisted workloads. And like the XeSS stuff looks kind of neat. They say that's going to be open source, but you're probably still going to need the Intel hardware to do it. The AI crap sounds very interesting. I just want the numbers. Tell me how much this fucker is going to cost. Please.
Yes.
Please. Because right now it's like, oh, we're getting laptops out. Laptops are great. If you people are in the market for laptops. Not me though. I want the desktop part. I want to stick it in my my PCI hole.
Yeah, much like Ben and Jordan, I too want to know about the price because what I'm looking at right now are the prices for the 3060 Ti or the RX 6700, 6700 XT. So if Intel, by the time that I finally get done with the fact that VKD 3D and my Pascal 1080 don't get along anymore, thanks NVIDIA, if by around that time Intel has something equivalent out, I want to know what the price is because that's what I'm going to be paying for. And
this is what they have to compete on though, man. They have to, I don't think this is where Intel wanted to be because now they got to compete on price performance instead of just general availability.
Yeah. And Intel loves competing on price, right? They love being the cheapest option in the room.
How long?
It only took them how many years to catch up to Ryzen?
It takes a long time to move that type of corporate ship around, man. It genuinely does. Like, I think this is a product they wanted to have out at the beginning of this year at the latest, but it's going to be interesting because they're not going to be able to charge a premium because there's going to be the initial hesitation. Like, this is a new thing. This is a new product. Of course, you're going to get the early adopters, but
how much of the delay do you think is like just working with these partners to try and get this stuff in to alleviate people's
It's got to be fears? A ton of things, man. Like there's no telling. So
It's an entirely new product too. They probably had to create entire divisions to test the GPUs on top of the CPUs and everything else.
They're rolling Arc out first, starting with their mobile, which makes sense. That's where they know Intel ships more freaking laptops than everyone else combined. Period. And so let things get hammered out there. Let people get a taste for it and see what's going on. And then we'll move into that. I mean, I want one. If anybody at Intel's watching, can call me. We'll have lunch. And yes.
I gotta wonder though. We haven't seen a lot of traction on the Intel driver side for Mesa. I wonder if we're gonna get like a big dump coming up as the release gets closer. Because that was the problem with the 5700 and 67, or with the 5700 when it got released, right?
Yes.
There was Mesa, like the Mesa support and kernel support were all out of whack. So NVIDIA or Intel really needs to make sure that like the driver shit is well in place before this thing launches on desktop, especially for Linux at least. For Windows, yeah.
Well, I mean, even AMD tried to do that like last minute. They're like, here's a commit. You want to shove all this in at one time? To which I went, no. It's going to be a few months as it gets circulated. I don't know. I'm unfamiliar with Intel graphics on Linux to the point of it just always works with all my integrated graphics, and I've never tried to do anything beyond like, hey, it displays. That's good. That's all I expect from you.
And that's kind of been it, right? Like, it's all Mesa integrated. You don't got to do shit. So.
And it doesn't even rely on blobs in the kernel. So, the real open source drivers are Intel's, weirdly enough.
So, Pedro, tell us about handhelds in the year of his noodly appendage, 2022.
Yes. Apparently, handhelds are very popular, and a certain handheld that came out for let's say a very reasonable, very cheap price point was the Steam Deck. Yes. And of course, there were already other handhelds rolling around. There was the INEO, there was the GPDs, and there was the One X player. And the fine folks at WePC decided, let's interview the VP of One X player, Jason Zhang, and ask him what he thinks the future looks like and where the One X player came from, and how he feels about the Steam Deck. I very much applaud the VP's talk here.
Dude, I want to join the marketing team because, like, I could take that and be like, One X player, angles and shit.
Curvy. Look at that ass. 140 degrees of ass.
I mean, give or take, yeah. But it is, I want to applaud his, the way that he looks at the Steam Deck, because he says, look, the Steam Deck, it provides better performance than the One X player. And there was ETA Prime on YouTube, if you saw his video, comparing like the i7 one to the Steam Deck. And at the same TDP, the Steam Deck was creaming it and even beat it at the 28 watt TDP. So it is... He recognizes that and recognizes the price that Valve came in, because Valve came in with a very aggressive pricing, and a lot of people very much appreciated that. If you compare his words, which, again, big kudos, to GPD's attempted smear campaign of the deck, I
don't know.
Maybe. If you want to pick one of the other competing handhelds, maybe have a look at One X, not GPD. But yeah, it is, of the ones that he actually brought up, all the other ones, and like Embernick, he brought up Embernick. It's the only one competing on price, because it is the cheapest handheld that you can get right now, is an Embernick. Of course, that's an Android phone from 5 years ago, literally, with just some controllery boops attached to it.
Pedro, you fucking heathen. You just described the Nintendo Switch. Now, on to that point. I do believe there's a chunk of people into portable gaming. Nintendo has verified this with the Switch for the last, 5 years. And maybe that Switch hardware doesn't necessarily cut it anymore, but you just got to live with it, because Nintendo's like, the fuck are you going to do? Look, here's an OLED screen. Fuck off. Give us some money. That's kind of been the reality. So you're like, well, my 720p-ish gaming at, fugly quality, whatever. Let's cell shade everything. Or Nintendo. Now, I like this take, though, because he said, Valve SteamOS has also shown that Windows might not be the default OS for many of these devices for too much longer. And I'm going to say indeed on that. Like, it makes more sense. I mean, you even cut out the window. Have you seen Windows on a Steam Deck? It's not pretty.
It's like, when you look at just the power consumption while playing a game on Windows, yeah, that's how you get better performance. The system is literally drawing more power. Yeah, magic.
What's the battery life on a Switch?
It depends on the game. I usually get about 4
average. If I was
5 hours.
4 or 5 hours.
4 or 5 hours ish. Yeah.
All right.
Depends. Again, it depends on the game, right? Like if I'm playing Disgaea or whatever, I'm going to get a little longer. If I'm playing like Breath of the Wild or Legends
how often
Arceus
are you out and about to the point where you can't plug your Switch in?
It doesn't leave my bathroom then.
Okay. Now, this is a very real thing that I want people to remember, because battery life. Pedro, has that deck left your house?
Not yet.
Not yet. Now, I have a reported sighting of a deck in the wild. If you come party with us this Tuesday, we do Trackmania. We have a group get together and we stream it, and you're welcome to join in. Rohit made it a point to bring his deck to a coffee shop to play Trackmania. And he took it. We have verified proof that a deck does function outside of your house.
But how bad was his internet? Because his internet's usually pretty bad.
It was over Wi-Fi, but it was like not his Wi-Fi, so it worked. And
it's coffee shop Wi-Fi though, so that could go either way.
Good enough to play Trackmania. And I think that's something.
People.
Now the price, that's what you got to compete against, because Steam these things are priced to sell $500, $400, and
they learned their lesson from the Steam machines for sure. Those like $1,000 gaming consoles,
right.
Nobody bought that shit.
No,
yeah.
No. What do you think about this though? I mean, because tell me right now, you would not immediately just insta buy a $300 Steam Cube. Yeah, the Steam, exact same hardware minus the screen and controllers.
Like the desktop version. You just leave it on your desk, plug it into a monitor or two, and away you go.
Yep.
I'd get 2. Shit, for $300? Yeah.
$300? Like that. Yeah, you're like, yeah, one to play the games on, the other one to fuck with. Right. 100%. But we talked about installing Lutris on your deck. You can also install Lutris anywhere else, and you might want to take a look at this latest version.
Yeah, release 5.10 is out. It has a bunch of stuff in here as I pull up the notes. The Steam Deck support is improving. There's still no Flatpak. That is coming soon, and there was some kerfuffle on Twitter today about that. Regardless, if you want to use Lutris on your deck, you're still going to need to enable read-write mode, install it. Major updates might wipe it. Minor updates probably won't. They've confirmed that a couple of the minor OS updates hasn't wiped out the Lutris install just yet. Humble integration is borked due to an API change on their end, so hopefully there will be a patch release soon. They added some CLI commands for browsing, importing, and exporting runners. There's an expanded add games to Lutris dialog that'll handle like detecting games that are already installed, a bunch of other runners. It's just a nicer interface cleanup, which is always appreciated. And now part of the deck improvements is they've added a tick box in the runner installer, so you can add a shortcut to Steam, which will allow you to launch your Lutris games from the Steam Big Picture UI, which is pretty fucking nice.
Now, I do want to point out, this does require, as Jordan said, disabling the read-only flag of your Steam Deck system drive. This probably shouldn't be an issue with the types of people who are installing fucking Lutris on their Steam Deck. So everyone needs to calm down on that. I mean, let's just be real here.
Yeah. I went through that thread before the show went live, and like Strider has a point. Yeah, it's kind of talking down to users saying like, you can't follow 5 fucking steps, you dumb stupid fucks, right? No.
No, can't say that about Linux users. Otherwise, the Fifi Brigade comes after you.
Stop being toxic, Pedro. You have a difference of opinion. I have to demonize you.
Yes, you disagree with me. You're toxic.
Here's the thing. Everyone just needs to grow the fuck up and have your own opinions, and that's cool. Valve thought about this. You can refresh your deck if you fuck it up, can't you, Pedro?
Yes.
Yeah. How hard is
There's
that?
a button that's just reset to factory. It's like, okay.
Right.
And if you really fuck it up, they give you a flash drive to do it. That just boots and does it.
Yeah. So keep that in mind. Now, major SteamOS upgrades, Jordan said they could reset the system partition. So that's something to watch out for. But again, you're the type of person who's going to put Lutris on your Steam Deck. You got this. I got faith
And
in you.
and he does say flat packs are coming soon.
Right.
I was chatting with him earlier about it. He's just not a big fan of the setup there. I never asked him what specifically the issue is, but it's probably something.
No, I mean, he's getting to terms with it. Like anytime you get a tango with a new tech that you're not
Yeah.
comfortable with, you're going to hate a lot of it until you get it. Like, I know those feels, and I'm sure a lot of people at home do too. EA and Origin integration, I like that. And the option to enable battle anti-cheat for the whatever ends up making that a thing.
It's literally a click button or slider
not Destiny.
thing. It's very nice.
Not Destiny 2.
Not the cards.
Indeed. But maybe you don't want to use Lutris. Maybe you have an irrational hatred of the French. Maybe you could use bottles instead. They have a new release out. It is 2022 3/28. You can have environment recipes now. So they before they had the gaming and application things set presets for configuring wine prefixes. Now you have a custom version as well. So if you want to mix and match your features and flags, also handy dandy YAML format for exporting and sharing bottle configuration. The format seems pretty straightforward. It makes logical sense, at least. You give it a list of dependencies, you give it a list of tick boxes to set, and yeah, away you go.
Yeah, YAML install scripts like a certain Lutris client that we just talked about. Someone Lutris.
Are you going to accuse Kubernetes of ripping off Lutris too? Because they also use YAML. You know what? Actually, no, I will accuse Kubernetes of ripping off Lutris just to start more internet drama. Fucking fight me.
Oh, man. New CLI that's been updated. Flatpak. All that. Yeah, this is cool. I've never played with Bottle. Okay, here's the real thing. I've never had a reason to. So, but what's the advantage of this over, say, something like Lutris?
Just a little more focused on managing line prefixes. Yeah. That's kind of it. It's if you want the tool to do one thing and one thing well without all the other crap, use bottles.
That's exactly it.
Big chunking changelog on this. All this is going to be in our show notes on our web zone, linuxemcast.com, under the show, where it says links in the show.
In the show notes.
In the show notes on the show note things. All right, blast from the past. This game, I've tried to get into this game like 2 or 3 times when in the dark ages before BS, before Steam, on Linux, and I just never could. But they got an update.
They do. They also extremely lack screenshots on their page, which is
first thought I had to.
Right. When your project is a game, it helps to show people what your game is. Right.
It's trailer, some screenshots. Yeah.
Yeah. Just all right.
As a community, we have a problem with this.
Yes. Vegas Strike Not 8.0 is out. It's been a fucking while. Well, at least a year. 2021 for Not 7.0. They have soft dropped Python 2. The builds they provide currently are using Python 3. You can still build it with Python 2 if you want to check out the Git repo and do all that rigmarole yourself. Also, because this project needs to maintain compatibility with Debian Sarge, they need to provide 2 builds, one for GL vendor neutral dispatch systems and one's for the systems that are too old. So shit.
Is that it?
Yeah, it's one of those games that I never really got into.
I was trying to find some images of it, man, but I mean,
good luck.
Yeah, look it up.
The devs can't fucking find any either. That's the problem.
In fairness, there's a galleries thing, but like all the gallery shots are old, man. I know it looks different than that now.
4x3.
All right. Good news, everyone. Game engine, game maker, game. What do we call it these days?
It's Game Maker Studio, or I guess just Game Maker 2022.3, because that's the one. But yeah, the big one, there's the typical updates for the Game Maker if you've been building a game or if you've even been following.
Wow. Okay. All right, hang on. Let's go ahead and cover this. This update brings a change to the product name. Game Maker Studio 2 is now Game Maker. Game Maker Studio was an evolution of the original Game Maker, followed by Game Maker Studio 2. A major improvement to the game. So you just went back to step 1. Got it.
Yes. They basically just undid all of the naming changes, and it's like, let's just call it Game Maker.
It's the Titan. It's
Oh man,
name
Which is
people know.
fair.
damn. What did you guys get investment from Valve? Where you just like can't do the 3? Fuck this, gotta go back.
You know what? I think for something like this, that's just a game engine that it's just going to be game developers dealing with it. That's fine. Just call it Game Maker. Everyone already called it Game Maker anyway, so I don't know. But yeah, the big one for us specifically is that now they changed the way that the libraries are linked for Linux. You may remember that there was a bit of a snafu with the if you just exported the Linux version, it wouldn't work out of the box if you put the game on Steam because it was looking in the wrong place for the wrong libraries. Now you can actually export 2 different Linux versions. You can export one that's actually tied to the Steam runtime, which runs on the Steam Deck, which is Ubuntu based, according to them. That's not going to confuse anyone. But the other one is an app image, which is the one you should be clicking. If you're going to be releasing your Game Maker game on Linux, hit that app image button, fam. Just
Tap
do it.
that app.
Tap that app dot image. Yeah,
Yes.
CH model the things, baby. That's good to see. Yeah, because it seems like every time we run across a Game Maker not 3.
Game Maker game.
Yeah, game. And more often
Made game.
more often than not, it always seems like there's some small amount of fuckery that has to be done to get everything up and working. So if this clears that up, I'm going to say good on that. So
Indeed. Coming up next, I hope you like dodge rolling, because that's what we're going to be doing a lot of. We're taking a look at Rejoinder.
so witty.
Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Keep rolling, 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 rolling.
All right, everyone. Let's take a look over at vote.linuxgamecast.com, where Reeks is Scum is coming in first, followed by our back end is fine, which is pretty good. Turtles on top cars. Tap that app image. All right, that's getting a vote. Below low. Insert syphilis.
I'll give sniffing the chalk markers a vote. That's a rude surprise. I'm gonna get high off the sniffing markers. Just inhale a bunch of chalk dust.
Dude.
Oh man. Rejournal. That's what we're playing, Nemo. Rejournal.
Yes. Who's your god now?
Yes, Returnal is the one that I want to play. Yes.
Oh, they're putting out a co-op mode for Returnal too, which is kind of neat.
Damn you, PS5 exclusive.
It's fine. You're just gonna buy a PlayStation 5 and let it sit in the box. Because you're waiting for the game you bought for it.
I also didn't buy a PS4.
You did though. Oh, well, no, someone gave it to you, didn't
No,
they?
yeah. Admittedly,
All right.
I gave them a bunch of stuff beforehand, and it's like, I have a PS4. Do you want PS4? I'll take PS4.
Okay. So you bartered for a PlayStation 4
Yes.
is what happened.
Again, no. I just gave them the stuff.
You exchanged goods. That's a barter. It's the
I
barter
gave him
system.
the stuff, and he was like, oh, "Look, I have PS4. I'm gonna sell it. Do you want it?"
And
Yeah,
you
I'll take
accepted and you accepted it. So that's a trade.
Yes. Okay.
I trade you my Metacham or my hunter for your Metacham. You know, yes, no. That is a very specific Pokemon reference, like to you.
Yes.
No. That penis is broke.
That's a
Is
furled
that a
finger.
penis? What's the finger?
What is it?
or is it a
A
backwards
furled
leg?
finger.
What is that?
It's the summoning item for Elden Ring.
There we
That's
go.
how you multiplayer.
All right.
It's how you hit the G spot. You go like up and
That's
back.
how you give the finger an Elden Ring, kids.
But that's how you meet the other maidens.
Ow.
Well, no, they're not maidens afterwards. Let me tell you.
See, this is like this is Neo Dodge bullet game I gotta play with Pedro because I gotta get clarifications on things, but I don't want back story and lore.
Oh, no. I expect everything Pedro says to be prefixed with, well, in Elden Ring.
I mean, I could say in Dark Souls.
No, because you're going to be like, yeah, this morning I woke up and ate breakfast, but in Elden Ring, I got smashed to death by a crab.
You don't have the right.
To get smashed by a crab? Motherfucker, I played White Plume Mountain, where there is an entire terrarium filled with massive crayfish that are trying to pinch you to death. I know. I played the OG.
Yeah, no, the lobsters, seriously, if you do play Elden Ring and you find a lobster, don't bother. It's not worth it. Just go.
Be like Zoidberg and go whoop, 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 whoop.
Yes.
Wait, that's the wrong thing. Damn it. Where did you download to then? Download folder. Oh, there it is. Last week, we had processed fish pizza. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you
Steve Pizza? Is that some diarrhea on the pizza?
No, it's a fish pizza.
So those are whole ass catfish. Yeah.
No sticks, just fish.
No stick, only fish.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, chop it up, make some sushi pizza. Sure.
No, you just roll it up, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do I have a Kalashnikov tattooed on my face?
Possibly.
Am I throwing that brick in your face? Well, what you gonna do about it? What you gonna do with it? Yes, I get high on my own supply.
You really shouldn't.
I thought about
I need to
buying...
pee. I'll be back.
Jordan, you'll get the reverence. I thought about buying some butt plugs.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah.
How much? Can you find them on Amazon? How much
I
are
couldn't
they?
find... difficult thing to search for, right?
Right? I think, yeah, Katana brought that up. Like, yeah, you can't really look for those, can you?
No.
You're just gonna get...
Butt plugs.
I guess butt bathtub plug would be the search term? Sink plug?
I will say it is a... too risky to try to search live.
Risky click of the week.
Oh. When are the boys coming back on?
June.
April. I know it's April. Haha.
Yes, technically it's April.
I had my touchstone. April 1st. Yes, I know what month it is. Without having...
Yeah, it's the one time of year you know what month it is. When is 420? It's on a Wednesday. Okay.
Ooh. Let me see. Let's get to the show now. Scroll.
I'm very happy that my girlfriend has gotten to the point in her gardening hobby where she's like, yeah, I want to start growing weed now. I'm like, excellent.
But
Together forever.
We're gonna go hydro. We're doing it indoors.
Yep.
That's a thing, man. Like, there's gardening, then there's people that do hydro. Like, the hydroponic shop is intense. I went in there and, like, curiosity browsed, and that was the first thing I was like, did anybody buy this stuff for anything other than the obvious? Like, oh yeah, no, there's, like, legitimate hydroponic gardeners.
Yeah, growing, like, cucumbers and tomatoes and shit. Yeah, like, yeah.
It's like, she was nice enough, and she's like, and I think one of those has been in here one. I mean, I'm like, I get it, but it's like, man, you better have some drug money if you're shopping at the hydro store.
Yep.
That stuff ain't cheap.
Or like the aeroponic setup. Yeah.
I don't know. I might grow some peppers again this year. I didn't do it last year. I was kind of pieced out on it. I typically do. Let's see. All right. That's good. That's good. That's good.
Running.
That's good. All right. Let me don't search Amazon for massage gun attachment. Why not? You scared of a good time?
So I guess it's you, me, Pedro, then? What's the order? Oh, he's gone. Never mind. I'm never getting an answer to that question.
I think Van Gogh was supposed to give it two, didn't he?
Yep. Yeah, man, Pedro, I'm working on that dungeon for you. Mapping out grids is very soothing. Like I don't know. It's just like you get into a bit of a zen state, just like maybe a little route over here. Oh, let's add a secret passage. Man, I'm all about secret passages now. Watch out. I got so many of them. I'm trying to give you the authentic Dark Souls tabletop experience with maximal bullshit. Yeah.
It's not a cult. We keep saying that.
Cult. Cult 45 and 2 zigzags. Baby, that's all we need. We can go to the park after dark, smoke that borrowed weed. And as the marijuana burns, we can take our turns singing dirty rap songs. But do you physically love your chair? Do you physically love your chair, North Ranger?
It's a very crusty chair if that's the case.
Not if you use condoms. Practice safe chair sex, people. LGC cares. LGC chairs.
Yes, even if it is with a chair.
I need a new chair. This one's starting to get crappy. At least it's not that fucking dining room chair I was in for like 2 goddamn years.
Yeah.
that was some murder on my back. No, I see a hand.
And now
a
head
spot? So rarely see the back of Ven's head. I don't know what's going on back there.
Oh, is that why it does the ponytail? That way all the hair is just tied back and you can't actually see?
Maybe. I don't know. Have you ever shaved your head? Do you know what's going on underneath there?
No. I mean, I used to cut my hair real short because my dad was old-fashioned. Let's put it like that.
Are we still talking about personal massagers? What's going on?
No, yeah. Here's the thing. If you're going to shave your head, if you haven't done it before, you have no idea what's underneath your fucking... You don't know what your skull shape is, right? Like, you could look like the bottom of a Coke bottle. You could look like a cone head for all you know, like...
Well, if you don't have, like, curly, frilly hair, yeah, you got a really good fucking idea. It's called getting out of the shower and looking in the mirror. You're like, yeah.
I guess.
Pretty good idea.
I don't know, but can you see the back of your head?
Yeah, I have a mirror behind the mirror. Like, I got a big, long mirror. Then I got, like, the one with the doors over the sinks.
Okay, the vanity?
Yeah, because I know I can open, like, this. You can do weird mirror shit in there.
Okay, so you have the 3 partitioned, like, mirror cabinet thing.
Well, I got, like, a big wall mirror in... like the master bedroom, and then I got like the 2 mirrors that open up on the doors, and you can angle that so it reflects off that. Like, I can see the back of my head. Then you get bored with
your
that.
Neighbors in the process. They can see your junk through the window.
No windows in that bathroom. It's awesome. You can really die alone.
Oh yeah, it's some ventilation. You got ventilation issues. You gotta hot box it.
Honestly, it is one of the better rooms because it's got the stand-in shower, So yeah, you can steam bath, like, become human sausage. It's pretty tight. All right, everyone, chairquisition. Order.
You, me, Pedro.
Oh, I get to go first. Okay.
Yeah, fancy pantsy.
Hot. Whoa, that would have been interesting. Right? Neo Dodge Bullet. Almost found out what happens when I started a virtual cam.
And that's how you flash the neighbors.
Right. All right. That's good. Okay. In 3, 2.
It's cult time. Nah, it's just time for the chair position again.
Cult.
Yeah,
Hashtag
it's
not a cult.
Diet cult.
Hashtag absolutely a cult. It's that time of the show where we take a look at a game, we run it on some different distributions with identical hardware, pretty much, and then we give it a hyper-scientific, authoritative, truthful score based on 1 to 4 launchers. On how we feel. So this week we're taking a look at Rejoinder from Big Frog Studios, done on the Unity engine. You can pick it up for about $5. What is it? Fight an army of skeletons and evil warriors. Collect coins to upgrade your gear. Defeat tough bosses in this roguelite with procedurally generated levels. And we got to thank Big Frog for sending us some keys over Curator Connect.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get into it. Ben, how'd it run on Debian?
All right. You forgot 3 minutes or less, or the bomb explodes.
3 minutes or less.
On Debian 11, 1920X Threadripper, 32 gigs of RAM, NVMe drive, and 2060. Just enough to get it done. Everything worked out of the box. Menu navigation with the X clone was a bit wonky, but Pedro will touch on that. It is serviceable once you figure out the life hack. It can, as you might look at it, it can hold 60 at 2160p but frame pacing. Kind of bad, no matter what resolution you hit it at. Windowed full screen options, that's what I like to see, and it's got a fugly slider where you can go from, wow, that's real blocky, to that's blocky but with better lighting. Now, let's talk about the fun, because I'm guessing procedurally generated levels is code for the stone with a circle in it kind of moves around a bit on different levels. So, yeah, that's the first thing I noticed. I thought I was playing the same level over and over and over again until I realized that things kind of move around a little bit. So, yeah, procedural generation, ladies and gentlemen, it's still a thing. It's alive and kicking. Outside of that, you get a gaggle of characters to choose from. Some swing fast, others not so fast. And they all roll well enough, though. But now that we're done covering the entirety of the combat system, and quit laughing, because I'm being serious.
There are magic spells. Come on.
Boop and roll, baby. That's what it is. You can boop with magic. You can boop with the sword. Normally, you're going to be doing booping with your pointy stick. No joke. Boop and roll would have been a more fitting name for this week's game. Because you do it. I mean, you boop a baddie, you roll away, pray to flying spaghetti monster, machine gun Kelly, but with arrows doesn't show up. Because, you have your regular archers, then you have the ones that will just fucking Uzi your ass down. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of fun. The 2 bosses, okay.
Nice damage, Pedro.
Here's the thing, though. If you perform these 2 repetitive tasks enough times, you'll be rewarded with a boss battle. The 2 bosses I was murked by were regular. Well, one was the archer, but with super archer firepower, and the other one was a big troll guy, Hulk Smash. And granted, the archer boss, those fire arrows, a lot of them didn't end well for me. I got killed to death. That was kind of an interesting little battle. But for $4.99, you can pick this up if you want to support the developer, because that's really the only glowing thing I have to say about this. I mean, there's nothing actually bad about this, but there's not much game here. And this has all been done before, and it's been done better. At $4.99, it is a thing. I don't hate it, but there's nothing there for me to love. I'll give it a 2.
Yeah, it on Fedora 35, 64-bit with the R9 3900X, GTX 1080 Ti. Yeah, launches out of the box, holds 60 at UHD. The loading screens don't fully black out the screen. It tries to do this twisty thing, but then
hangs
there's a little bit of
for a second.
and you can still see the old level while the new one loads in. It's not very, very graceful with the loading screen. No Steam input working for me. I had to disable it, and with the DualShock 4, I got greeted with Xbox glyphs. So if that's going to be a problem for you, it may. The soundtrack is definitely there, but it's got the one track, and it loops, and it loops, and it loops. Fun-wise, yeah, the game doesn't really have a lot going for it, do it. You run around, you cheese bad guys, try to get a weapon that doesn't expose you to so much whiff punish that you get murder-fucked by archers. And that's kind of it. You have a bunch of dudes you can play as. Dying resets you back to level 0, but you keep all your stuff in your upgrades, and the enemies still scale for your level and gear. So dying is just more of an inconvenience. You're just trying to see how long.
Did you say murder fucked by archers?
Murder fucked by archers.
Isn't that the sequel to Men in Tights?
No, that's the next band that Britney Slays did after Unleash the Archers. But yeah, anything with a ranged attack will just pepper you with fucking arrows. So you gotta make sure that your regen is high so that you can tank stuff. Get out of the way, or just hide behind like a post so they'll just shoot at you infinitely, but you can still reach them with your weapon if you have the axe or the katana. It's a thing. The core, and like here's the thing: if the core gameplay isn't your crack, you're gonna get done with it after about 30 minutes. Also, Ven brought it up. There needs to be more tiles for the levels. There are literally as many tiles available as there are like squares on the map. So everything just looks the fucking same. Things will move around a little bit, especially that like floating island with like the yellow crystal thing that looks like it should absolutely fucking do something, but it doesn't. It never does. And it pisses me off. Yeah, it needs to be more varied environments. Like after the boss fight, after the rock troll, I'm like, oh, are we gonna get like a different set of levels? Nope, it's the same fucking one. Yeah, you collect gold, you can upgrade your dude, increase the regen rate. That's kind of it. You can find better weapons, better spells, and that's how you improve your dude. I don't know. Maybe some online co-ops might liven things up a little bit. And here's the deal. It looks like a one-person project, and it's Big Frog's second, third. I don't know. It came out this year, but he's got another game in early access that isn't released. Regardless, this is the dude's first crack at fighting at an action game. So there's definitely room for improvement. Maybe Rejoinder 2 will be better, but even for $5.99, there's just not a lot of game here. I would say like this is more 99-cent area in terms of value. So one share.
Yeah, over here on the Ryzen 7 3700X with the GTX 1080 or on the Steam Deck, it launched out of the box. It holds 60 on the deck at 1280 by 800, and it doesn't really seem to hold 144 at 2560 by 1440. It varies between like 110 and 170, so a little VSync wouldn't go amiss. But hey, navigating the menus with the controller requires you to push right first, and then you can go up and down and see where you're actually selecting the things. That took some figuring out. And when I tried to play it with the keyboard, I went into the options because I always go into the options to, okay, let's just rebind WAS to the directional arrows, and you can't rebind the controls, -1 chair. Seriously, what the fuck is going on with Unity? Did they remove the option to let people rebind things if you're just using the free version of the editor? Because it's the second game in a row. Yeah. But as for the fun, it's not fun. It's bare bones extra cores roguelite arena brawler. Imagine the first Hand of Fate, that style of combat, but with extra bullshit just to force you to learn that cheesing enemies isn't just a sound strategy. It's basically the only way to get through some of the fights. It's not a problem for me because I've played many bullshit games. And if you're a new game developer, you have a certain mechanic in mind. Focusing your entire game on it is probably a very good thing. And it's exactly what you should be doing, especially for your own edification, if nothing else. The problem here is, try as I might with Rejoinder, the only thing that sticks out to me is the combat. And the combat is what happens when someone builds a combat system just going off of how Ven usually describes Dark Souls combat. It's that. And it's boring and repetitive. And look, for £4, I'm not offended. I'm not. I just got bored after I figured out what you need to do. Oh, it's an archer. Okay, lock on and do the slow circling around as you pelt them with magic. If you get close, smack them. There you go. Yeah, no, I would have given it 2 chairs, but those controls, not being able to rebind them, that gives you 1 chair.
Bitch, explain to me how this is not one health flask away from Dark Souls combat.
There's parries in Dark Souls and shit.
Well, okay, that.
Yeah, Dark
that.
Souls actually has a very in-depth combat
This is
system.
where we're at. In-depth, yes, parries. Attack
Yes,
and
there's
roll.
parries. There's more than one magic spell. Yes, there's
Attack and
magic
roll.
spells that don't directly deal damage, but actually make the fight significantly easier.
Attack
Yes.
and roll.
Our RPG mechanics are difficult for Vented. I just don't bother having
Yes.
this argument. Yeah, I don't. It's just a little too bare bones for me, right? Like, the combat is okay. It's serviceable at best. Yeah, I think there are better and more refined examples of this style of combat that I think the developer could maybe have taken a little more inspiration from. Again, I want to see what Rejoinder 2 looks like, because this is the dude's first action game.
Yeah,
And for
it
$5,
is clearly an attempt at something. It
Yeah.
didn't work.
Yeah, but
it was attempted.
constructive feedback.
There you go. I think maybe you said it. This reminds you of Hand of Fate. And to which I said, you know what? Hand of Fate 2 combat was pretty good. And Pedro's like, no. Hand of Fate.
Number
It
one.
was basic. Yes.
So, yeah, there it is.
All right. Coming up next, you thought Pedro was long-winded. Oh boy, a new challenger appears.
Mhm.
Hate mail coming up next.
Oh, man. Calm down, Dak. I'm not attacking your girl. it's like, but each move, it's different. I'm like, man.
He's attacking Pedro's girl.
Like, goddamn. I mean, yeah, it's dodge and roll, game, drink. I mean, if you whittle it down to its base mechanics, it's funny when you say that, but it's more funny when people get up in arms. It's delicious. Speaking of delicious, let's see what has happened.
Remember delicious bookmarks?
No, man, hang on. I was too busy on my stumble upon.
Speaking of delicious, I need more tea. I'll be back.
Bigger ones from bigger boys. Insert. No, looks like the good ones are surfaced to the top.
I'll give 720i a vote.
720i. 480i, baby. Unfortunately, that was kind of a thing.
Yeah. Doesn't leave my bathroom, I'll give a vote. Wrong button, Cocaine Voltron. Where the legs are on the arms and the arms are on the legs, and the head is just completely somewhere fucking else.
Yeah, I don't know if Stumble Upon is still a thing. My touchstone with Stumble Upon, that was how 4chan found a webcomic I used to make. That was an interesting day. Also, Pickle Jeff, thank you for buying a t-shirt. May it serve you well as something to wash cars with, or maybe t-shirting.
May it cover your areolas with aplomb.
I bought like one of those nice microfiber car washing things. I have yet to take it out of its little case.
We all had webcomics back in the day, Atomic Ass.
Of course.
Yeah. It was the thing to do in 1998.
Atomic. No. Jordan's seen it. Jordan remembers it. But yeah. That's the beginning, middle, and end of that in our lovely trying times.
What you gotta look for is Nori's webcomic.
Is there any webcomics that you read still? I used to read. I was thinking about that. Maybe earlier this week. Might have been last week. Oh, I think it was because I was looking up to double check an XKCD number before I hashtagged it on Twitter.
I think the thing with webcomics is I still read them. For the most part, I stopped going to their sites because most people will post their shit on Twitter.
You read them via Twitter or Reddit.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, no, there's still webcomics I regularly follow. Absolutely. I mean, it's gotten to the point now where like a lot of the guys that were starting when the internet was young, like they just have regular comics jobs now. Like they're working in animation, they're working at Marvel, DC, all that shit. All right, Pedro's back now. I gotta urinate. On
I almost
effigy.
Apparently, I don't think much of the Marvel's Avengers game because that was kind of on fire sale this week. It was like less than $20. And I was like, eh.
Wasn't that the one that was like riddled with microtransactions and bullshit?
They tried and just kind of left it alone and gave up. They promised like all these expansions and things, and that made me think like, oh, the Guardian of the Galaxy game was like a lot of people liked that. I'm like, maybe I'll try that, but it wasn't on fire sale.
No. Yeah, no, the good one's not on fire sale. I almost bought Wreckfest when Foxy posted it because that's the cheapest that game has ever been.
What is that?
It's Destruction Derby racing type situation from the people who made Flat Out.
That wasn't a very good game.
Flat Out wasn't. Wreckfest actually has like soft body physics simulation. So yeah, it takes up the Destruction Derby thing a bit higher.
That's so long.
That's what she said?
Yes, let's use our web browser as a file manager, as nature intended.
I mean, that's the KDE strategy.
I mean, that's just called FTP nowadays, now that FTP is dead. You hit up an FTP website, HTTP, there's them files.
Man, how weird is it like when you run across a website now that's not HTTPS? You're like, whoa.
You get the little cross at the top, it's like, what are all these warnings? What?
If it's something's I'm like, hey, come on, bro. I mean, I understood, like, back in the day, man, when I was shelling out the cash for that Komodo cert, that shit would, I mean, it wasn't crazy, but it's a couple $100 every. When did those renew? Every year or every other year?
Well, that depends how much you want to pay,
right?
If you want to pay a little bit more, then you can get the one that you can renew every 3 or 5 years, versus the cheaper one that you got to renew every year.
It was a racket.
You know how it is.
It was a racket that was in place for 100%. A long time. And the only reason I put 100%. HTTPS on our site because Google's like, you need to do it or else we're not going to, whatever.
And
All right, Googs.
Let's Encrypt.
Yeah, Let's Encrypt. Came and fucked it up.
Let's Encrypt.
And yeah.
I got into an argument with one of the senior admins. Like, it's not the same. There's still like CA problems. Like, yeah, if you run out of date CAs, that's the problem.
Mm-hmm. And they deliberately expired them to completely walk away from all of that.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Does CertBot have to come in and slap a bitch?
Oh, man. my only dig against Let's Encrypt at the moment is stop telling people to install the Snap on CentOS, you fucks.
Yeah, no, that's stupid.
It's in the EPEL repo, so you can just tell people to enable EPEL for one fucking package. You can do it for just one, and then install CertBot, and then you're good.
Come on, man! Like the people running Cent, Fedora, that stack, they're not very literate with the computers.
Yeah.
I mean, they're novices, man. It's everybody's first foray into distributed system management.
Honestly, for
I'm pretty sure
probably,
Canonical didn't give you enough money to be advertising for them. Stop.
Definitely didn't give you enough money. I saw.
They didn't give me any money.
I saw like Jason Evangelo. He was posting about like that Canonical interview that someone put up for the WSL thing. And he's like, I applied for their Linux gaming manager. I'm like, that's who Pedro was competing with, and he also didn't get hired either.
Yep. Well, it's Canonical. I got to feel, one, that was written by somebody who has no experience with like hiring.
Yeah.
Because like it's people can go do their own thing, man. Like if it was like 10 years ago, yeah, there might have been like, because Canonical had some buzz now. Now it's just another place. But yeah, don't torture people trying to come help your company. Don't make them jump. It's a fucking buyer's market right now.
And what people really don't understand is that, you know, interviews are a two-way street. I am judging you while you're judging my shit. If you don't give me answers I like and you give me an offer, I'm going to tell you to pound sand. And I've done that a bunch of times.
Right.
Like,
I mean, there's nothing wrong with saying, so why should I work with or for your company if you're doing a direct hire? Sell me.
Yeah.
Now,
why should I say yes?
for me, 80% of that is watching the interviewer squirm because they've never been hit with that. You're like, what? I can't sell me. Pitch me.
Yeah.
I know I've had a couple of interviews.
Give me a reason that is
months.
not. The other one was, give me a good reason not tied to my compensation.
It's usually when I hit him with the question. So the job listing didn't have any like pay range. What's the actual pay for? Oh, it starts at this, and you can go up to this. Yeah, I'm getting paid more than that right now.
Yeah, that's the other trick for you folks. Always get them to give you the number first. Never you're gonna lowball yourself always. It's just the thing you panic do in the moment.
We'll get the number up front before I'm going through any type of like gauntlet.
Yeah.
Fuck that. You know, you don't want to finish all that. Like, oh, you've been selected. What? That's what? No.
I like the interview questions that are like clearly just like work they didn't want to do. So they're just like, let's see who can get this shit working and we'll hire them. Like, fuck you.
Well, I said it like, I don't know. I think I said it. I don't know if I said it live with that Canonical thing. That top question was like, ask somebody's age without asking somebody's age. Like, just right out of the gate. It was like, so what are your fondest memories of high school, secondary school? Like, that, you know, your typical response was like, well, I've been out of school for 20 plus years. I'm like, cool, too old.
Yeah, I don't see the relevance to... Though, so, Pedro, did you just show me the one question, or did you show me the entire?
I just showed you the one question, but yeah, a lot of those were the same as that person showed. Yeah.
Interesting. I saw Popey have some words about that. Like, Popey was not like, yeah, Ubuntu, like, Canonical could be great if it weren't for like 2 people. I guess number one is the person who writes their job descriptions and hiring questions.
Hey, man, you got to filter out the people who could help the company. I was just going to say, anybody who's qualified for that particular position is not going to go through that. There's better opportunities for them.
UNS0X45. It's not dead, it's resting. It's pining for the fjords.
It's a trick. It's like a mimic.
It's sleeping, yeah. Shh.
How do you even read that? Unsuccess?
Maybe?
How dare you speak ill of Unso X45?
I'm just gonna call him
Yeah. Sometimes he wubs.
UNS OX45. What is that?
Hexadecimal.
What is that?
Okay. You're gonna look that up? Yeah, I was about to say I'm not gonna look that up.
Yeah. I was like, let's do some math. What is that actually?
Nope.
So, all right. UNS 69. Okay. So, big fan of Fellatio. We should introduce them to Phil 80. I think those two will get along.
Yes. Fellatio.
Fellatio. They have a bunch in common. Maybe they can.
What is that?
I don't know.
Frame? They can frame together.
It's a Canadian joke. We don't understand Canadian humor.
Use your imagination. That's all I'm saying.
I did that. I got in trouble.
Y'all are a little too vanilla.
Shut up, Diet Pepsi.
Nah, man. No. I'm
partial
cold
to
brewed
7-Up.
vanilla Diet Pepsi. Because apparently, yeah, Che Dean is doing soda reviews. Did not see that coming.
I don't know.
I did the beer reviews for a while.
Well, he and Linda did the podcast, the beer podcast.
Oh,
Yeah, very good.
all right. Yeah, I don't know. Like beverages, like taste. I don't trust anyone to tell me what something tastes like. Just me personally. Because like taste is so fucking varied, man.
Yes.
Well,
taste is very
so-
much subjective.
It's like personal.
So I think saying some yes for things tasting good and bad, but generally if I say like this tastes like cheddar or this tastes like Iron Brew, you say it tastes like bubblegum. Like that's a reasonable approximation. Like
Because Iron Brew does taste like fucking bubblegum. I mean, it's
but
liquid
that's
bubblegum.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about, right? Like you can compare it to like things, but you can't necessarily say whether it's good or bad.
Right. And, you know, like very primitive, like tastes like spicy, not spicy. Spicy, good, not spicy.
Root beer is more licorice-y, I find.
And I will say, I want to give a shout out when I did the YouTuber special audio interface. And of course, like,
The Focusrite.
yeah, the Scarlet. I always put a thing in like at the end when I'm deboxing it and just telling them what I liked and disliked. I'm like, oh yeah, and if you're here for confirmation bias, you did all right. You could have did worse for your 100 and whatever bucks. So I get the comment. He's like, so yeah, thanks for the confirmation bias. I feel seen. Kind of showed up. But we all do that, right? You, especially like even before you get something, especially right after you ordered something. Like I better go to YouTube and watch some videos about this thing I just bought.
I'm still watching all the videos about the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one right there. So
I don't know.
and I'm watching videos about it.
I'm always in the 2, 3, and 4 star reviews. That's where the good shit is. That's where you get the true truth.
Yep. 1 and 2, like 3 and 4 is right up there with the people who have the IQ above room temperature to the point of being able to use the product correctly and read instructions.
Right, and like here's a problem I had with it, right? Like,
Right. You're not looking at somebody with like, this ball peen hammer tasted like shit. I don't understand why I would ever serve it as. Yeah. Oh, okay. Here's another example. How many negative reviews did we see for the DisplayPort cable? Remember, Pedro? Ripped out of the back of the PCs. Yeah. They were just pictures upon pictures. It was like a comedy skit writing itself. It was like, this thing got wedged in my computer.
It's like I could not unplug it for the life of me. I had to
Oh,
pull
man.
on it really hard, and you see the picture. It's just ripped the half of the back panel.
well, see, sometimes you run into the point where like those DisplayPort cable buttons, like they sink a little bit, and sometimes they don't grip, and sometimes they stick. But sometimes they don't, depending on how hard you crammed it in the one time you did it.
Yes.
So sometimes it's easy out, and sometimes it's
But- Not in their defense. These were people who took the cord, wrapped it around their hands a couple
like, oh shit, yeah.
And then took the picture, still holding it like that.
like a fucking Beyblade. Amazing.
Right. Taking the picture, posting it on Amazon with you morons. You see what type of dumb cable you made? So yeah, watch out for the 1 and 2 star reviews. Yeah, 3 and 4.
Does DisplayPort even need the clip? Because it has the like L bracket. It's fine. That holds it in good. No?
You know what? I'm kind of mixed about that because like one irritating thing about that clip is because I think it needs a strong word, but it's a lot better to have it secured in that position because
And
especially
you hear the click when you're plugging it in. It's like, yep, that's in place.
yeah. And
I mean, like credit, like that's good design. Mini or micro USB had that. USB-C doesn't, and now you're just like, maybe it's on. Wiggle, wiggle,
Gets a bit
wiggle,
wobbly.
wiggle. Oh, the saddle locks I fucking hate because those got stuck. The
Yeah, the saddle locks for me don't work because I've seen a thing with the little clip, and it just fell out.
Well, here's the thing with those clips, man. They'd get me trained when I was swapping out the hard drive on Jordan's box earlier this week. I couldn't see. No, I just assumed clip, so I was back there like squeezing like a motherfucker before I pulled it out, so I didn't like.
Yeah.
Because you think you got spare SATA cables in your house somewhere. That's a lie. When you need them, you'll find them when you're not looking for them.
Oh yes, absolutely.
I know where they are. They're in the bottom drawer.
They are right over there in a box off screen. I know because I was cleaning and I threw them in there.
Mine are in I know what motherboard box all of my SATA cables are in because I tore my fucking house apart looking for a SATA cable one afternoon.
Okay, question: do you know what motherboard is for the box that you keep all that shit in? Because you always have the one box.
Oh yeah,
from like some ancient PC you built. That's just the box where all the spare cables go.
It's not
the ones that are still like
it's not in the stack of motherboard boxes. It's by itself.
For a while, mine was like that shitty Asus motherboard with that would overheat with the memory controller if it was running over 800 megahertz DDR2. That box was like my spare junk box forever.
That's a good size, man. That's a good size.
Yeah. It's like, well, it's where do I keep the cables that go for the motherboard? Well, in the motherboard box.
Yeah. Makes sense. Would getting an RTX 3060 be worth saving over getting a 3060 Ti? Here's the thing with 3060. If you have, it depends on what you have. That's the big part of the equation you can't leave out. If I had a 2060, if I was looking for gaming performance, it's a little bit faster than a 2060 Super. Stock 2060, 14-20% in there. But
you could overclock it and like bridge that gap a little bit.
You could, but at our age, come on, man. Right? You doing content creation? Like words, like you say the word DaVinci Resolve more than once a week? Or think it? 12 gigs is what sells that card at that price point. You cannot get another card from NVIDIA, I should say, at that price point with 12 gigs. What is that, Steve?
It's a bird.
It's a bird messing someone's hair.
Oh.
I need to.
But yeah, no, if you only have the 1060, the 3060 alone will be a significant improvement.
And if you sell your 1060 yesterday, you could probably get a couple $100 for it.
Yeah, no, go back to like January, sell the 1060, and buy 3060 for the money that you sold that 1060 for.
All right, are you ready to go through this lovely YouTube comment?
Oh, come on, it's only
that's the joke.
6 paragraphs of fluff.
6 paragraphs of a man jacking himself off.
Oh man,
dear Lord,
it's glorious. All right, everyone.
It's a slow jerk.
Hey, no. Let me get this loaded up. Scrolling. There we go. That's loaded. You almost made it OBS. Almost an entire show. All right, there we go. Hate mail. Let's go for the web zone. Do the thing. All right. In 3, 2.
The end is nigh. I don't know where else to go with that, but yeah, it's the end of the show. You made it. Kudos. Or you clicked the things because you want to see what manner of hate mail people may have sent us. Well, stick around for that. If you'd like to contribute your own, by all means, go to LexGamecast.com, hit the contact button. There's a form you got to fill. Just make sure you pick LGC Weekly for the hate mail. Otherwise, you may send Ven and Jill some feedback for the Wednesday show. Ask Jordan for relationship advice. And there's even some other categories. Yes.
We got some other categories we'd love to hear from you. If you got some thoughts, hints, allegations, things better left unsaid, we'd like to hear them. Might even read it out aloud on the show. And sometimes if you put that little extra bit of effort in, on a YouTube comment, well, we're going to have to talk about it. We're going to have to address it. And we got to thank Steven, who went the extra mile. The
A literal mile of text.
He wore the fuck out of a thesaurus.
He rated every primary source for words he could. Yeah.
Here's the thing. Why we find this humorous as we do. To get you in the right mindset, we had Mathieu Commandon, the creator of Lutris, on the show, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And we talked to him. We were talking shit. We were talking shit beforehand. We talked shit afterhand. As we do, because the four of us have known each other for over a decade. And we're always in and out. This is how we talk, because we know each other. There's a connection, probably. I'm looking for something, so anybody want to vamp for me? Fill in. Oh, there we go. So this... Thank you guys for covering for me. That was nice.
Suffer.
The biggest crux of this reply is that we were mean to Matthew, which is like, you don't know Matthew, do you? But laser focused was, Jordan, you're just being a big extra meanie to Matthew, which I immediately would just like to...
What?
I would like to respond with, here's Jordan and Matthew. Now, you have to understand...
And empty.
You have to understand Jordan's rage for Matthew, because when in his presence, Matthew insists to be carried like that. So that's going to grate on somebody.
He does like being held like a small child, but who doesn't, right? Like, right? It's soothing. It appeals to that atavistic urge of just wanting to be held. Okay, again, thank you for this. We're going to look over. Stay tuned. If you're watching the video version, we'll put a link to the comment if it's still there by the time why we found this amusement, because we fucking know each other. This is just how we interact. But Pedro, did you see any gems out of this?
Look, I read the whole thing, and after I was done reading it, so you could have literally cut 5 paragraphs and just have.
Let me give you the taste of this. Reading it, Stephen. My usual salutations would be salutations. The fuck? Salutation?
Yeah, singular salutation.
Just a singular
it's
salutation?
Just the one. Yes.
Now, despite my brain going, there's no need to read on beyond this.
Oh man. It's a bit of a journey.
It is.
Yeah, and it's literally boils down to us talking over Strider, not letting him answer any of the question. Did we really? Apparently Jordan was the worst offender out of the whole thing.
I don't know. I was asking a lot of questions. Well, I thought I gave him his fair shake.
I like this. Why did you ask him on the show? To be a foil for your Mo, Larry, and Curly? Mo, Larry, and Curly were likable. Or to listen to him and learn from him. Man, we listened to him all during the week, baby. I do not say the benefit of interaction, but you're doing intersection invasion, recuse myself from playing the low end of the pool again. Kitties, thank you for your likely unkind attention. Oh, and by the way, I may be older. Now, this person goes over multiple times that they are, in fact,
about how much older they are. Yes.
Yeah, because this was something I laughed at. No offense, man. No offense. I'm not attacking the elderly, but you're like, I'm more than twice your age. You got to realize, like in that 4-way, in that shot, 2 of those fuckers are 40 plus years old. Hi. So you're 80 years old, man.
I mean, if you're just double my age, you're 70. So.
I mean, collectively we're older than him, and that is the cocaine Voltron, right?
I don't know. Then it's like the writing style is that of a teenage neckbeard, though. This is why I'm confused.
Very flowery prose. It does feel like Homeboy here was trying to hit a word count.
Maybe. I guess in closing, I'm asserting that I do not like dumb arse behaviors, such as Jordan exhibits 100% of the time, by the way. To finish, a bit of elder advice to you boys. Punch up, punch sideways, situationally, but never punch down. Melvin Tolson, poet, might just be listening. You may now delete me, to which, again...
no.
His name was Melvin Tolson.
Oh, this is going to stay here.
It works better when you're reading it over this. Yeah. I mean, it just doesn't hit the same. when you're coming from like that spot of like, fuck, I didn't know they hung out in real life. Oopsie doodles.
In real life, on Discord, the whole week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're old friends, man. Sorry you didn't. Interesting take, though. Entertaining read. I want to commend you for putting the time and energy into that because fucking hilarious.
I still think one paragraph would have been enough. You could have been flowery as much as you wanted. Wall of text, unnecessary.
Come on. It was like reading a mini novella.
Yeah. You know, I've read shorter
really
War and Peace
bad,
chapters.
self-aggrandizing novella, but yes, sure.
Hey, man, don't you make fun of the elderly. You stop. As an elderly person.
These kids on the YouTubes.
Children. The baby. Yeah, as our 30-year-old baby of the show.
Yeah. 33? Shit.
33.
Fine.
Yeah, you're getting there, man. Getting there.
Fucking hell. I'm turning to dust. Oh, no.
Oh, man. That was fun. That is nice. That comment will be linked to the YouTube if you might want to go read that. But love it and love it and love it. We'd never, ever delete a gem like that. No, sir. That is...
that goes on like the wall of fame.
Right.
I'm going to put that, the entire text, I'm going to have it engraved on my tombstone. I'm going to die, and people will have to read this entire thing whenever they walk past my tomb. Like, what the hell is written on here?
Right?
What?
It's going to...
What?
Oh, man. We could change some things around to be like the Bender's tattoo on Fry's ass.
Yeah, the time travel code.
But don't worry, it will forever be immortalized in this particular episode on YouTube, so you don't have to worry about any additional edits or deletions. We saved it for you, my man. We saved it for you. But
this one's all on you.
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we gotta bounce right the fuck up out of here. If you want to get hold of me, I'm just at Vin Stone on Twitter, doing the things. Old man Vin, I'm there. Mastodon, mass.linuxgamecast.com. Alternate social media for the true hipsters like myself.
I am a dumbarse. You can see me doing dumbarse things at Twitter, at the Burning Fool, or on twitch.tv/burningfool.
And apparently, as a non-native English speaker, I should know better than to talk over other people, because I'm the one that talks over other people. The best way to talk over me, if you like, is to go on Twitter. And good luck sending some audio over that. I guess you could do a video. That works. At unaccounted4. That's the way to get in touch.
Have you ever...
I still say we need Pedro, like, dubstep remix.
Now I want to try to fucking tweet fitter. Goddamn. Feed Twitter. Wave file.
Tweet fitter?
Tweet fitter, bitches.
Hashtag tweet fitter.
Credits.
Show title.
Last week's credits, but credits
man.
nonetheless. Feeder 5 Twitter.
We rendered it in time.
It did get rendered.
End of Linux. It's the Linux Gamecast credit segment where we wait for stuff to scroll up. We got to thank our advisors, Omegas, Artheron. We got to thank our executive producers, Aldius Bram, Scott Michaud, Mr. Fox Dog, Atomic Ass, Mike G, Mike T, Drummer, Kohaku, Yorgen, Febble, and our little Nicky fans, Darkwing, and Nixon's Pyramid, Abstraction.
And Sea Monsters, Jack B, Renault, Rider X Machina, Trudgy, Vertinuda, Justin, Frostclaw, Strider. With the Death Notes coming in as Nova, Basil, Chad, Romeo, Marson, System T, Craig, Renee, Leonardo, DeCresi.
Don't worry, future patrons, you'll be on next
Stephen
week.
Jill,
I promise.
Doom
Super serial.
Stephen B, Dirty Dean, Back,
Michael
Gamatron, Dodgers, Anthorus
Simchan
Gaming,
D,
Rue,
Stephen
Turnover,
B.
I really gotta ask Kai how the hell you pronounce his new name.
00B.
Yeah, I assume Kidra.
Friezo. Zeno.
-9,
Yeah,
Pebble,
JDS.
Sin, Oogie1, Fellatio.
Thomas T.
Look at these fuckers.
Fittest
Fine,
tweets for
upstanding
these
cannibals.
sheets, baby,
Yes.
like Carl, Mike, Arthur, and Linux
AJ,
Nero, Aldius,
Belric,
Noctilus, John E.
Olive Hope.
Shepton, Game_Moog_Tron.
Underscore.
And remember, kids, fitted tweets between the sheets. Yeah.
Fitted,
And apparently Nubbin is still not on the correct list. Oh,
I don't know.
As long as there's a hole in the sheet, it's fine.
Yeah. Dynafire, everyone. We'll see you next week.
One of the guys in my D&D group is going to a Jewish wedding. And I'm like, yeah, just bring a white sheet with a hole in it. Homeboy will know what it means. He's like, I don't know what it means. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Give him the sheet with the hole in it.
All right. Oh, after Shozen. Thank you, Katana. Thank you, Mike. Wow, yet again, not on the correct list. You're not on the credits list? I thought you were on the credits list.
Is he not on?
I don't know. Was that like...
I think he is in the credits, just not in the right place. He's not in the Sea Monsters, correct? Yes.
We got some dupes in there too.
Oh, there's
sure.
all kind of like fuck ups.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I do these things by hand, man. This is not like precision. Let me see. Where's the let me take a look at the text file I pull off of.
Patreon.com/give me money.
I got a CSV. Can export the data bits. How is it be? Okay, let's see. Where's that?
Let's do the thing that I do every now and then. It's hit the check my deck website to see what new games have been verified.
I'm gonna
Bioshock 2
go to the website.
remastered. Brutal Legend. Crash Drive 3. No one wants to know about your porn habits, Jordan. And Fable Anniversary.
It's not my porn habits, it's my penis health habits. Checkmydick.com. You check it for any growths or fungi.
There you go, Nubbin. It's been updated. Now the real trick is, will I remember to get that into DaVinci? Stay tuned. Oh. Let's see.
Wow,
you gotta ask Valve.
No, you send a photo to Pedro at linuxgeekcast.com.
No.
Send the unsolicited dick pic to Gabe.
Gabe at
Gabe at valve.com.
Let's shower Gabe in deck pics.
Oh man. And that's how we got blacklisted from Linux. The end.
Valve doesn't like us anymore now.
I guess I can fire up the after shows inbox. Hey, I think we're just gonna play some tanks tonight. Wind down, shoot at pew-pews. Easy to do. Hop in if you want. If you don't, that's all right. I won't tell anyone.
Owlboy has had a bit of a journey on the verification, because originally it was yellow, it was playable, and then it was verified. It's like all green, yay! And then on March 31st, it went to unsupported.
It uses glib COS, Owlboy.
Owlboy, really? That's not supported.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah, it's a Flibbit port. It fucking works. That's the thing about Flibbit ports, is that they're very solid. There's no fucking issues.
Well, except for refresh rates, but yeah.
Yeah. He's working on it. Leave the poor guy alone. He's
I realize that, one-man operation. Fine.
It's him, Ryan, and that other guy. Like, those three.
Yeah.
They are fucking carrying that torch like the fucking orc in Two Towers. He's just running towards the bomb, getting shot at.
All right. Hey, we're going to pull up the after shows in, so if you're hanging out in the live Discord audio, that's where we'll be. If you just want to creep or participate, it's up to you. I'm not your boss.
Although I'm pretty sure Flibbit is actually an elf.
Could be.
He's pretty enough to be an elf, yes.
Yeah, that's... That could go either way. Yeah. All right, time to take a shit on the floor.
Right? Aha. I can see forever, Pa.
But what does the back of your head look like?
Oh man, you went outside. Thumbs up. Okay, let me arm this and wire it in.
Started with Ubuntu, moved to Linux Mint, and went to Arch, then went to Debian, now on Ubuntu Mate. Oh, so you're back at square one. Gotcha.
Yeah, you. That's what we call. That's what we call high distance, zero displacement.
Hey, Barbara.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, interesting, like, journeys all around. Mine is kind of irrelevant in these days and age because we didn't have a lot to choose from back in my day. It was pretty much Slackware and other science projects.
My first hands-on with a Linux desktop was SUSE, which I then it was not my computer. It was actually someone else's computer. I tried it, then I went to Fedora, and then Ubuntu, and then I went back to Fedora because that's what my college was on, and I just wanted to make sure that like my shit would be compatible when I submitted my assignments. And then I just kind of stuck there.
Not broke, don't fix.
More or less, right? Like shit was working. I like RPM Fusion and Livna for libdvd CSS, and I was good to go.
Yeah.
Mandrake, I tangled with Mandrake for a minute, long enough to realize, like, this is a little too different from Red Hat at the time, because Fedora wasn't a thing yet. And it was different enough to where it irritated me. So I went back to Red Hat, stayed on Fedora forever. Then I bought that motherboard that Jordan's got the CPU from, and nothing, including Fedora, Red Hat, SUSE. I was just throwing fucking distributions at it. It had this new thing called a UEFI. You might have heard of him now. That nothing could fuck with except Canonical. And Ubuntu picked it up out of the box and it installed everything correctly. I'm like, all right, I guess I'll run Ubuntu. So I kept that in the studio until Canonical went full Canonical, and I just got tired of de-Ubuntuing the build. And I'm like, you know what? It'd save time if I just installed Debian.
So
Debian is, if you want to run a modern, up-to-date distro on a old 32-bit system, Debian.
If you tell
awesome.
me you based your shit on Debian, I will not fault you. Debian is like rock solid. I have zero problems with Debian.
If you want to, the most glowing endorsement was reading through the Debian mailing list about somebody doing trying to get his package submitted, bitching and moaning about how it doesn't need to be this strict. This is ridiculous. And I'm like, I like that. All right. So yeah, that's a good sign.
Well, I think the AUR really revolutionized this, but like having like a good system for user repos so that you can actually
Community
get, like,
submitted packages, yes.
Yeah. Having just a way to organize that is just so powerful.
You got that, and here's one of the advantages of like Ubuntu has. Like, if you want to live that kind of life, is the PPAs. I think that's a great idea.
Exactly. Yeah. Fedora has coppers now. I'm sure. OpenSUSE had the open build system, so they were just like, "Hey, build it for our shit."
They had custom repos for everyone. Yeah.
yeah. They're just like, "We'll build it for everyone." Shit, man. Please use our stuff. People still use Slackware.
I have
I don't-
Slackware. I have Slackware on one of the laptops, and I have ZenWalk on one of the netbooks.
I think that I don't think Slackware has like super huge growth, but I think the people who are on Slackware are happy being happy on Slackware. That's their shit, right? Like
They know what's up. I mean,
yeah.
do I have audio? Oh, let me.
I mean, Gen 2's too easy now. They have a package manager now. What a
You can
fucking
just
time we live
emerge
in.
stuff.
Yeah. What a time to be alive. Gen 2 has a package manager.
Dude, I know Katana runs the Gen 2, and like, here's the thing, like, you'll find your forever distribution once Linux stops being your hobby and becomes your operating system. Like that.
Yeah.
That's how that.
You
plays
basically
out.
pick one, anyone, and away you go.
Yeah, and you move when they make a decision that you just can't live with, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's
It's like,
kind
well,
of
that's going to make my life a little bit harder, and I'm going to have to consciously think about my operating system. I'm gonna go away now.
But like for the most part, you can live with the change, right? Like I don't know. I don't want to sound like an old man. I've been around long enough though that like I've seen shit switch over and things take time, right? Like Pipewire is the new thing. It used to be Systemd, used to be Upstart, or like the new IP subsystem, right? Like things are always in flux, but they're always improving. And it's just part of the Linux journey, man.
I don't know. You got to be careful with it because, like, if you don't treat Linux as a religion, some people have problems with it. And like, no, it's not an operating system. I like it. I've been using it for 30 fucking years. I know a little bit about it, and it gets shit done. Like, no. You see, you gotta. Okay, these are things that irritate me. People who cheerlead, especially Linux. Like, Linux has no problems. Everything's perfect. Switch to Linux, and like, you are doing more damage to Linux than any toxic human
that's
being
not
has ever
helping
thought.
anyone.
Nope, not at all.
Right.
There it is. I'm going through sources trying to find all of our crap. Let's see. We don't have anybody on Discord video, so I can nope that. Boop. Then we can do that.
Nope.
And I'm out of buttons on my Stream Deck. Isn't that fucking laughable? Right?
Oh no.
I'm not getting a bigger Stream Deck.
You need two.
Oh, I don't.
Stream dos.
Linux stuff, it really very much depends on what you're trying to do. Are you just trying to use it, or are you trying to learn Linux? Because if you're trying to learn Linux, Arch is great. It's going to teach you a lot.
Well,
It'll teach you how to
Manjaro
read.
is...
this is okay.
yeah.
Yes, it'll teach you how to read, but you got to be in the right mentality because it is more commonplace than it used to be because it's so easy to do now. Hang on.
No.
Is you're not going to learn a lot if your philosophy is nuke and pave.
Yeah.
You're just not, no matter what distribution you use. Like, you break something and your go-to solution is like start over from the beginning again. You're just learning to navigate a maze. You're not learning how to do anything terribly like productive there. Yes, George?
So when I say it's going to teach you how to read, I don't mean it in like, oh, pejorative copy paste. You gotta fucking read shit if you're going to use Linux. Linus learned that lesson the hard way. You actually have to read what's on the screen and like.
And if you a little notification
uncomprehend.
pops up, you gotta read it.
Yeah. Learning, and this is just a general thing. People don't like reading. People don't read science.
I love reading.
Period.
Reading's awesome.
Reading's great. I trot out the story all the time because it's fucking perfect. I used to work at a gas station. I pumped gas. One day we ran out of regular fuel, so they said, Jordan, put out a sign over the regular pump that says, hey, premium is now the same price as regular, so just go buy premium gas. Every single motherfucker came into the fucking booth and is like, are you guys out of gas? I'm like, did you read the sign that explains that you can get the better gas cheaper? No, they didn't.
You can get premium for a lower price. No.
You didn't read, you didn't comprehend that. Fantastic. People don't fucking read. And you need to learn how to read if you're going to use Linux.
Here's one of the things that is going to throw people sideways 100% is, as somebody who started with Linux 3 decades ago, I've grown up not expecting shit to work. So yeah, step one is like, all right, let's search. Let's find out. Do we have any collateral information from this? I don't go in expecting anything to just work. I mean, I launch it from a terminal, even though I know damn well I can double click on it, it'll launch. But like, nope, I want to set it up, but because I expect not to launch, and I just want to save that click, save that time. And I know Jordan would disagree with this, like getting that solid user interface because where you never have to use terminal. I just don't see that ever happening.
It depends on what you want to do. I think for most users, they don't need to touch it. They don't need to touch the CLI. Yes, when things start breaking, sure, but a lot of end users don't usually expect to fix their own stuff anyways. They'll usually take it to someone else. So I feel that's a reasonable leap, right?
And that's why
which is why I will applaud what System 76 is doing, actually curating their own UI and offering support if you buy one of their systems.
Yeah, I will say Linux has a problem where the information is out there, but finding it can be challenging.
Not knowing what to search for. But
yeah,
keep in mind, Linux doesn't care whether or not you know how to use it.
And here's the thing, I think it's actually fucking unhelpful to think about it as like using Linux. It's just using a fucking piece of software because if you're still running the same software on Windows, you may very well run into the same problem because it's using the specific software. Like for whatever reason, if you're using Jack on Windows, I know you can.
I mean, as far as like just functionality, man, I mean, it's a lot of stacking because Linux is a lot more advanced than Windows.
Right.
There's no argument there. No one would have pulled. Even Microsoft is like, we need to get WSL shit inside of. Yeah.
but
especially for those more advanced users that want the extra functionality. Yeah. You really
I really think Linux is that girl that can do both. It can do the user-friendly, easy to use, give you your usual functionality with a GUI, but also you can tear it apart and make it what you need. And I think that's the best part about it.
Chrome OS.
It's not a one-size-fits-all problem. Chrome OS is TiVoizing Linux, right? It's still fucking running.
Well, that was Android.
Yeah. I mean, Google has made their entire business off of it.
Pedro's about to bring up. It's like, it's not really like, shut up, get out of here. We're making our.
It's a JVM running on top of the Linux kernel. Yes.
Yeah, still providing the hardware interface, right? Like it's a user space.
Yeah. That's how they do the hardware abstraction.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's like calling your Steam Deck a Windows gaming console.
I mean, if you install Windows on it, it's a bad Windows gaming console.
You can do it. It's not a very good experience.
No. I'm talking about the 90% of the shit you're playing through Proton on your Windows gaming console. Yeah, same argument, flipped. I mean, it depends on what side of the coin you want to argue on that.
You're still running Linux, but you're playing a game that doesn't technically support Linux.
Right.
But Linux is that thing defined by running things that it's not supposed to, right? There's a ton of native software for Linux, and there's a ton of software designed to make shit explicitly not designed to run on Linux. Run on Linux.
I'm going to cut on friends only. Who is that? Like, go away. Yeah, what happened? Why did Steam Overlay open? Go away, Steam Overlay. You were not invited.
Oh yeah, no, Patrick's absolutely right. Like, command line is pretty distro agnostic. Like, shit, if you're using the AWS command line on Windows or Linux, it's the same fucking shit. It's the same flags.
It is, and
same syntax. It's
As somebody who does a reasonable amount of Linux guides, that's why I just got to do everything with the command line, no matter what, because would have to do it like, this is how you do it under KDE. This is how you do it under GNOME. This is how you do it under Rat Poison. Like, nah, here's the terminal. You got one of these. Trust me, it's going to work the same.
Yep.
And it also
Linux
doesn't
stuff,
matter
yes.
what architecture you're on as well. If you're on RISC, if you're on ARM, if you're on... Yeah, it just doesn't matter. It's the same regardless.
It's all the same shit. This is what you learn after like a decade of working in tech. It's all the same fucking shit. And it might have little different features here or there, but at the end of the day, it's always some fucking server running some fucking program.
It's in the cloud, man. All right, I gotta get something to drink. Then we're gonna blow each other the fuck right up. We got one spot left in the server. If you want to get in, get in. While yeah, mad dubs, bro.
Quick.
But yeah,
Scott,
Linux stuff.
get in.
If you only want to play games, if that's your primary and effectively only use for your computer, then yes, Windows is still the best. That's the only thing it's actually the best at.
I'll straight up say it though, like, if your goal is just to play games, you can do Linux without hitting the command line pretty easily.
Yep.
Again, not all games will work.
No, but again, at the same time, not all games work anyways, right?
Yeah, no, if you're running Windows 10, if you're trying to play an older Windows game, you're probably going to find that it runs much more easily on Linux than it does on Windows.
Yeah,
but
like,
yeah, if you're like riding the AAA train and you're playing the hot new thing all the time, then yeah, stick with Windows.
Yeah, but I mean, shit, like hell, even within like a week, Proton Experimental usually has like something that you can get it playable.
And if the developers give Valve a chance, it's like, here's the game, and they'll have it running day one.
Codeweavers literally runs a business doing it. What do you think they've been doing behind the scenes very, very quietly? I thought it was Estoban, Steve.
Yeah, it was Esteban.
I did correct myself. I did say Esteban Esposo, which has better alliteration anyways. Esteban. You gotta really do that.
Esteban.
Barcelona.
The dialect that they speak in Catalonia is different.
I don't know. I'm making shit up. I'm sorry, Spain. I know Pedro hates you. I'm ambivalent towards you.
I'm Portuguese. I was raised to hate you. Sorry.
So just embrace the nationalism, Pedro. Just like right in there. Right in the heart. Please don't embrace nationalism. Don't do it. It's usually bad.
Don't. Yeah. No. It never ends well.
Signed, a Jewish person. Thank you.
Yeah. Effectively, the only thing you need to remember than Linux stuff is it's not apt, it's DNF. That's it.
RPM.
Actually,
I know.
It's just Yum. It's just Yum now. They gave up. They're just like, yeah, Yum, DNF, whatever. Do it's fine. We can create a symlink. Who cares?
Life finds a way now. Right.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, DNF is available on SUSE now. So I mean,
well, I mean, DNF is using LibResolve, right? Like it was the SUSE tech.
And it turns out DNF is more performant on SUSE than Zipper.
Yeah, as it turns out, Zipper sucks. I could have told you that a decade ago.
Foxy, ready up.
I'm just very hostile towards Suze because it's a pain in the ass to manage.
Yes.
People,
Yes, it is.
You know,
people
you
who
gotta
use it are
admit though,
bad.
man, like Susie made a lot of inroads into the business.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like they had affordable support for their terrible product.
And the whole Novell Microsoft thing also helped.
Oh,
Good job, Nubbin.
I got vibration.
Oh, fuck.
I feel called out.
Whee.
Yeah, no. I'm,
Wow, that
I'm gonna
was-
scooch.
I'm not gonna die on
Yes. So no, you're gonna die on this.
Yeah.
Oh, motherfucker. Oh, at least I'm protected by this fucking force shield.
Oh shit.
That was a little too hot.
No, my force
Fuck all
shield.
Jills.
My precious force shield. Oh, and it's still that fucker's still there, isn't it? Amazing. Thanks. I hate it. I guess. Yeah, let's try this shit. Who fucking knows? I don't. Ven has a bounty on him. So.
Fuck all Jills. Damn it.
Alright.
Fuck you,
I hit
drone.
something.
Fireworks suck.
Ow. Ow.
Oh man.
Alright, I'll take it. I'm down in a hole.
All right. No hole for you.
No.
Oh, someone wanted to bring you out of the hole.
I tried.
All right, I can take it. I can take a hint. All right, I get it. I understand.
Can you dig it?
Alright. No, unfortunately, I can't. I'm stuck.
Oh man, the atomic paradox.
God damn you, Atomic. Fucking frogs too.
Eat my sperm, Pedro. Skeet, skeet. I make fuck on your face.
This is going to be difficult to do.
This force shield is gonna do nothing.
There you go, Atomic. You're welcome. Coming back, round 2, bitch.
Yeah.
Just in case, one for Jordan.
Nada.
Yeah.
Nada.
All right, a little bit on Foxy. Bumper. Skill shot. Yeah.
Well, at least I didn't miss all my shots. I feel pretty good about that. Small victories.
Oh shit.
Good job, Nubbin. You fucking traitor.
Okay.
You fucking traitor. Oh, Pedro, you got an interesting shot there.
Yes, I do.
That could be very, very good for you. Or very bad. Whee!
Ow.
Oh, they're gone now.
Damn me.
Yep. Avenge me, atomic ass.
He's trying.
Not trying hard enough, it seems.
Hey, come back for
Hey,
some...
that's coming back.
Oh. Is it done? No, the
No.
carnage does not have an end. None. No breaks.
Jordan's corpse is protected.
Yeah. you know, I'm very vulnerable being a dead body. Save my corpse, please. Taxidermy me when I die. Pedro, we're gonna taxidermy you. I hope you know that.
Pop.
We're gonna win.
He's already
Stop!
dead.
Stop! He's already dead. Insult to injury. Just like rub some salt in the wound. Archery? I don't know, Foxy.
Tis but a scratch.
It didn't do. I was expecting that arrow to explode or something. I don't know.
Yeah, no. It was like, is that gonna do? No. Okay.
Fucking at the edge of my seat. Suspense.
I don't even know what this does. Let's find out.
Whee! Bouncy, bouncy. Jesus
Holy
Christ.
cow.
Raining happiness. Previously on Where's Your God Now?
My god is dead, and we killed him.
Aw.
Ah.
The snack.
Whoa, oh.
No. Fuck.
Surprise, motherfucker.
The snack.
Much snack. Alright, so I need to angle that a little better.
Bouncy, bouncy. Well, someone else missed with the arrow, too.
Oh, bullshit arrow, man.
Shut up, Legolas.
Shit.
Am I supposed to be doing something?
Shallow
No.
shot
Right.
or go above the thing.
Oh, Ben, what's the URL for that that Discord overlay thing?
I can.
God damn it!
You can just go to.
Yeah.
Yeah, type in like Discord. I'll remind me after the show.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, you can customize it.
I didn't know if I need to. I guess I'm an account admin. I can just like log in with my Discord account. With one of these
Yeah, it's
because I know for the Twitch chat there's like a specific URL for it.
Oh yeah!
no. See, the thing is,
Hey,
you're
that
gonna
was a
need one.
clean sweep. We
Well
all
done.
lived.
All right. Well,
It'll be for
I
your
did better
Discord.
than
Hang on,
acid
let me-
oven.
Let me see real quick. Discord, Twitch, overlay. Streamkit.discord.com. Install for OBS.
Okay, so it's just
Yeah, there. That thing.
this thing.
Oh, do I have new?
This is some
pink
upbeat
parts?
music, Ben.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
There's actually like music you can unlock too, so
Okay.
that's like one of the things you can buy with like the gears.
What's some bullshit?
Ooh.
There we go. There's some bullshit.
There's some bullshit.
It's Juggernaut, so okay.
It's my favorite Frank Marino song, aka the only Frank Marino song I know.
Let's see. Last time I was a Juggernaut, and I won.
Oh, it's Ben.
God damn it.
Oh.
That means I gotta work. Boo.
Yeah, it does. All right. Wait, no, we gotta unclump.
All right, kids.
Yes, unclump.
Who shot at me the most last round again?
I'm gonna say
Ouch.
Nubbin.
Nubbin?
No.
All
I'm
right.
gonna throw Nubbin under the
No.
bus.
No.
Poor Nubbin. Under the bus.
Heavy
you go.
roller. That's gonna. Foxy.
Roll.
All right. All right.
All right, everyone, point your tank wieners at Ben.
Yep.
Look at me. I'm a tank. Suck my wiener.
All right. All right.
You bitches done landscaping?
Well, we shredded through his armor. All right, we did less than 100 We did less than 100 damage. All right, what's...
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Oh no! No! No!
Runs from gods.
Okay, it's just the... It's the... Oh, what the
Oh,
fuck?
that's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
That is some poo-poo.
Come on,
All
Pedro
right.
Binkshot. You got this.
Yeah, I'm gonna try, but I don't fucking know.
R.I.P. Nubbin.
All right. Let's math the shit out of
It's
this.
gonna blow itself up.
Worst comes to worst, I kill Pedro. Yeah,
Jeez, Pedro.
yeah.
I managed to get it in and
kinda.
go around you.
All right.
Oh,
20
they cleared
damage.
out for him.
20 dams.
Hmm.
All right. What's his next move? What the fuck is my next move? I guess I don't know because shit can just spawn. There's no point planning to.
Okay.
Yoink.
Yeah. That was a sniper shot.
Pew.
I don't know what this does. I don't know how it behaves. Let's go.
Let's go! Intel Arc GPUs, bro. Let's go. 1v1 me. Damn it. Too low.
Where's it going?
Okay,
Well,
so
I
we
hit
all
one,
fucked up.
so that works.
All right.
Really?
Most of us hit. Oh, okay. I'll take Mr. Sucky Suck.
Let's see, where could I get maximum damage here? Hey. Oh, there we go. So, like, and I go to items. My jetpack got Boba Fett's. 3 balls. Let loose the balls of whatever these do.
Oh.
If you have 3 balls, please see a doctor.
Holy crap.
That hit. Yeah, that hit.
Now the point of that is tracer rounds, kids. Now I can read. Like, there's a lot of thought to this. Like, everyone needs to get quiet. Aim at my ass and blow me up.
I did 1 damage. All right. He's in a pit. Bounce.
What else? Really?
All right.
You know, I'm just letting Atomic hang there out of shame. Just let him know he can't do anything to me. What's Hoverbolt do?
It hovered a little bit there.
All right. Alan, let me grab your shit. Wait, do you have anything good?
Loot the corpse.
I mean, he's not fucking using it, man. What do you want from me? What do you want?
That was a dick move on part of the Hoverball, man. It was like, oh, there's Ellen.
Damn.
I'm glad
Look at the pretty bouncy ball.
friendly fire is not on.
Yeah, that's the only thing saving our fucking turkey. What's Rampage? Can I scream Rampage while doing it?
Let's see what Bolt does.
Oh, crap.
That's
Oh.
I'm dead. No.
No, Magic
Not yet.
Pixel.
Wow.
Magic Pixel of health, motherfucker. Oh, there's the ×3 if anyone's brave enough.
You got 3 health. Now you have armor.
Yes, now I have armor. And I have the train. What does the train do?
Go woo
Choo
woo.
goes
bitch.
choo choo.
Motherfucker.
Choo choo.
Apparently.
This thing looks like a giant McDonald's arch.
Oh,
What the
shit.
fuck is?
That
What
was
the
the
fuck
train.
was that? That was Rampage. Okay. Rampage did no damage, so fuck that shit. It's terrible.
The train did 61 damage. That's cool.
I at least want to make this sporting.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Eee.
Oh. Oh.
See? I cut you off from
Alright.
your friends, bitch. That's right. Cluster up. Come on, class.
Damn.
No, I'm hiding squarely behind Alan's corpse. I feel safe here. Nope.
Guppies.
This is a lot easier when you guys don't aim at me.
Alright.
Oh. We do about that. Then, I don't know. What's a good one? Bananas? Sure. Free bananas.
banana.
Have some potassium.
Oh. Damn. Holy shit.
Holy shit, indeed.
Nice shot. I'm the J Nut.
I don't know.
Alright, let's try that. Can I hit something for shit? I don't think so. Hey, I did actually. Motherfucker. I bulged him. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm gonna use the best package manager.
What's a creek?
Zipper.
Oh, like
Alright.
cow.
That wasn't too bad.
It's fine. I can tank that shit. It's no big deal. MBD, baby.
I am going to hit a vent stone with a stone. Hopefully.
Okay. Mr. Manabar. Yes.
All
Oops.
Hey!
right, I'll take it.
Atomic, a friendly fire. I mean, a friendly fire. All of you would be dead by now.
Yes.
Every single one of you. I can just sit back and drive back and forwards between shots.
Yep.
Guppies. You almost hit a topic.
right.
Fish sticks.
Shut up, Kanye.
Froggy.
Froggy style.
Okay.
Oh, new weapons. Right on.
And
Ben's got armor. God damn it.
Yeah, Ben's got armor again.
No, he doesn't.
No, he
He just
doesn't.
got some stuff. He just got a new
No,
load of
he's
stuff.
got armor.
I got 20 armor.
Now he doesn't.
I
Hey,
mean, it says 20
it's
armor
not
on the
showing.
fucking screen
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, I guess the game
He
is
got armor.
desynced.
Yeah,
got armor?
Yeah.
Same for me too, because it says 0 for me.
Well,
Yeah, fine. Bye, Pedro.
Ow.
well,
I'm dead.
now Pedro's dead. How does that make you feel?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Don't,
it updated after the
don't
turn.
aim at Barbara and Atomic. He's not the one you want to shoot. He's not going to help you out.
Taste the rainbow.
That do anything?
I
No.
find your rainbows
Alright.
delicious.
Skittles, motherfucker.
Skittles me biscuits.
Skittles me tittles.
Skittles me tinkles.
That didn't do anything.
I want chicken.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm already dead, Ven.
But just need to make sure, Pedro.
Oh, Bob Brent wants
Yeah.
attention. Okay.
Give me chicken.
I don't know what that was.
Damn it! Alright, I hit with one.
Okay, what are the balls hits?
All right, 171. This is doable.
Oh,
We're
that's
all gonna-
V. Okay, I just unlocked
Oh,
that.
Nice.
Cool.
Good luck,
We're all
Nubbin.
gonna fucking die.
Eventually.
Oh. Okay.
Oh no.
I think Jordan may be dead.
Mayhaps.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh.
All right.
Oh.
Nubbin
Oh.
almost died.
I outlasted Pedro, so I'm gonna take that as a win.
Ah,
Yeah, take my jetpack.
nice armor.
You can jump over the thing with the jetpack and be in a more advantageous position.
No.
More advantageous position to die.
No, it doesn't cost an action. It's a jetpack. It's one of the good items.
I'm
See,
already
you can-
dead, Nubbin.
If you would have jumped it, you would have hit it. And now Vin's gonna eat your sandwich. He's gonna piss in your cornflakes. Call it milk.
But he's got to get past the black hole first.
No, that's not a black hole. That's a portal.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gotta think with portals.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Tank
Okay.
wiener.
See, you're still alive, Nubbin. It's a testament
Yeah.
to your fortitude.
He's gonna butter your bread.
Come on, Barbrant, you got this.
How much HP? He's
I
got
think so.
139.
It's doable.
Yeah,
Do
they can
it.
kill
You
him
haven't
in just
seen my
one turn if
weapons.
they all hit.
Yeah. Okay, that's a big ask though. Let's be
But to say,
real.
not likely, but it is doable. There is a timeline where this works out for everyone.
There is a mathematical possibility. It is
Hush,
low,
math my chicken.
but it does exist. All right.
Maybe?
Was one of them gonna hit? Oh,
Yes, one
yeah.
Ooh.
One hit.
All right.
Okay. I'm dead.
120. He might
Have
miss.
some armor.
Yeah. Like, I might. It could happen. Point.
Oh. No.
Yeah, that was just
that
enough.
would be a no.
Oh, and there's a bounty on him too for no good fucking reason.
You
No, we're already
monsters.
trying to kill him.
Wait,
It's a juggernaut
Oh.
and a bounty.
more
What?
kill.
Was that an angry bird?
Might, maybe.
It was.
It hit.
It
It
was.
hit.
All right.
All right.
It's got to get done. Got to clean up.
You've got this, Barbrant.
Stab a stab. Ah, that's what that does.
Aha,
you guys are still alive.
Ah, that's all according to Keikaku. Yes.
Oh.
Oh man.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got me.
Oh.
Well done.
Oh, I didn't get
Wow.
the third gear in time. Damn it. It's
GG.
all right. I did better than Alan. I'll take it. I got so many tokens though. Jesus Christ. If these were non-fungible, I'd be rich.
Right. Yes. Oh, fuck all yells. Here comes Airwolf.
You can get to the Choppa now.
Ruffle, ruffle.
I imagine Scott's is just full, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
He's just got like multiple levels of smite.
Yeah. He's got like full armor, full everything. His gun does max damage. He crits 50% of the time. Like, yeah. Some stupid shit like that.
What is charge?
That's the
enemies
one
to-
where-
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Rebound.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, let's
All
close
shots
this
was
out.
First bounce, yeah.
Let's close this out with, tanks to meet you. A little bit of soccer tanks.
Oh crap.
That's gonna be shocker, not rebound.
Shocker.
All right, shocker. There we go.
That's the one. rugged? Are you a rugged, manly man? Do you have chest hair on your feet?
Yes, I've had chests surgically grafted to my feet for just that exact reason.
For my
Are you
in-depth Hobbit
walking
cosplay.
on someone? Because then yes, you may have
It
chest hair
smells
on your
fabulous. Mind the
Second
nipple.
breakfast eating
Mind the nipple.
motherfucker.
Oh, Bram, Mr. Alert. Tap that
Ah.
ready button. All right.
Piano. All right.
We're shocking.
that's
Okay.
All right.
Oh, I am the ball.
Let's-
Look at me.
I thought you were the table.
Good
Come on.
bounce. Ah.
What?
Hey,
What?
no, bad. No.
God.
How
skill,
about
everyone.
fuck
Pure
this game?
Nothing but skill.
Damn.
On
Guys,
fire.
start. If you got bulgers and shit, start building up our defense. You ninny bitch. I don't know what that is. That's like Ba Wheat Prana Wheat Ninny Bung from
Boop.
the fucking Transformers movie.
Bing, bing.
I-
Oh, fuck
I-
you, ball, with your
There's the
bullshit
bounce. There's the bounce.
black hole physics.
Bad bounce. Bad bounce. Okay, stay put forever, and yeah, just forever. Forever.
Yeah, if you have bulgers, just Foxy.
Bulge.
bulge away.
What the fuck was that? It's cats.
Kitty.
Chickens?
Kitty.
I love the fact that, like, if you actually sit down and watch the movie Cats, the moral of the story is literally cats are not dogs.
This is
That is
true.
That is the thesis of the play Cats. Yeah, how about that?
Let's go like that.
Yeah, just fucking launch the ball right at your net. Just fucking do it, you coward. Come on, gravies. Come on, gravies. Full power, gravies. Whoa!
Did things.
Stuff. Well, great. Now that we've
Now that we've established
take two.
the power.
Gravy dominance.
Now that you see my true power.
Oh shit. That.
There we go. That's that barrier gone.
Bounce.
What? What was that?
Bounce. Alright, what do we got?
That was a teleporting shot there.
the ball is ajar. Mini me's.
Jar as
I
in
don't know,
a
let's see what this
vase
does. Click.
or open.
Here comes Ven's shot from the sky, and I missed. Wait, maybe I didn't. Come on, bonus shots. Yes.
Bounce in there.
God damn you, ball.
No. I despise you, ball.
Let's see if we can take out the rest of that little lip
No.
that's in front of their
Let's-
goal there.
Let's see if you can
Yes.
shoot the ball right in your own net. That would be ideal.
That's interesting. So we can lower the goal. Barbrand, start blowing the fucking goal up. Under the goal. Like knock it down. Blow all that shit behind you away. Yeah. Fuck it up.
Yeah, make a big old cup for it. Yeah, that's one way of doing it.
It's level. We can get it in. It's level. And back in the hole.
Back in my hole, baby. I want you to
Let's
stick
see
your
if I
balls
can
in my
do
hole.
a little reparation on that side there.
Yes!
Exactly. Shit.
I'll take it.
All right, Bull.
I will.
I need you to do
fucking
one thing.
take it.
Ball hacks. God damn it. Moon physics ball, fuck you.
No,
Yes!
Oh, that is
No! No!
that was some spiky bullshit.
That was some spicy fucking bullshit. Baby, you know it. You love it. You've come
Holy
here to
crap.
see it week after week.
God damn it.
Okay. No!
No.
Good bounce.
No.
Good bounce. Good bounce.
Yeah. All right.
Barbara,
Okay.
We gotta bring that shit down.
get on the other side. Travel. Move your tank. There we go. Now wreck its shit.
Oh yes, please shoot it horizontally. Yes.
Dude's gonna bounce it back.
Yes.
Shoot under it.
Or don't shoot. Yeah, that works.
Just
I don't-
stalemate that shit. Like, fuck
I'm not
you.
gonna-
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
point.
be the one to. Yeah, just like fucking build a wall around it, like bury it underground. Haha, we win. Just gotta wait them out.
There it goes.
Yes.
Oh.
Where it stops, nobody knows.
Hello, backfire.
Okay, time to start using the bounce.
All right, let's. I don't even know how well this will fucking. Yes.
Ah.
Ye-
Oh.
Better. I'll take it. Yeah, just shoot it into your own goal. Just
Nail
fucking
it.
do it.
I have faith in you.
Fun. Go on.
Just fucking. Just fucking do it.
You
Do it,
trust
you
that
coward.
bounce there, Foxy?
Do it, you fucking coward.
I mean, there's a 90% chance it's just going to go
Up,
directly
up,
into
and
our
down.
goal. Right. Yeah. Oh, there it is.
No, that went into ours. God damn it.
All right. Now and now we got to do Jack and or shit. So
No. No. God damn it. Yes.
all right, it's last turn though. All we got to do, we just got to stall. Hey Pedro, I bet you can't hit the atomic ass right in his face. I bet you can hit yourself right in your face though.
Come on. Yay. Bullshit physics for Bull. Finally in our favor.
Oh man. It was always in our favor. That's how I got that bank shot. All right, yeah, and I'm just gonna fucking do nothing.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot into the air.
I'm gonna forfeit.
Oh,
Everyone
yeah.
else isn't, but
But where is it?
ha!
Oh.
All right, yeah, and we won.
Okay.
Watch as I carry our team to victory. You pathetic fools.
Star people. Moon physics. Bank trophies.
I got 2 uses
Ah,
of
good
fortify.
shocker. That was a good shocker.
All right, everyone. Hey, Twitch. It was fun hanging out with you. We always like to wind down with a little after show. You know, friendly community team building exercises where we shoot each other in the face. Yeah, that's how we roll.
Am I gonna get the win bonus?
I
Let's
don't
find
know,
out.
man. I don't know.
Win big
I
money.
get
got
3 gears. Yay.
Come check
I
us out.
got one.
All of us, we're going to be back. Well, I am, and some of this crew. We're going to be back on Tuesday at 5 p.m. I think. Yeah, 5. 5 o'clock. It's on the Twitch schedule. We're doing Trackmania. You're welcome to join. It's open to Twitch subs and Patreons. But until then, our Trackmania server is wide open for anybody who wants to pop in and play on the 120 tracks previously experienced. But if you want to get good, Grandpa, you want to test your metal, grab a copy of Trackmania 2 Stadium. Come hang out with me Tuesday with the rest of these crew. I know Bar Brent will be there. Alan will do his best to be there. Nubbin should pop in as well. All right, Twitch. Same time next week. Good show, everybody. Now down to fire.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Draw.